A very warm good morning to all present here. I, Dr. Ankita Patel, Assistant Professor in Anand Law College, take this opportunity to welcome our today's guest dignitaries and dear participant in today's one-day webinar on online capacity building program and personality development program for UG and PG students, organized by Anand Law College and Anand College of Legal Studies, managed by Sri Ramakrishna Seva Mandal in association with National Commission for Women. As per our Indian tradition, we start our all programs with the remembrance of Almighty God. So, we will also commence our today's webinar with the prayer. So, I request Mr. Kamalbhai Parekh for prayer.
सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा गणपतये नमः गणपतये
Now, I request all present here to please rise in honor of our SRKSM song.
अनुकरति मीर दुर्घाता जय दृष्टिवंत सारस्वत संगणित क्षेत्र गवासन खाता देश राज्य की उन्नत मस्तक गौरव भर भर खाता देश राज्य की उन्नत मस्तक गौरव भर भर खाता कमल श्री राम कृष्ण सेवा मन 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 श्री राम कृष्ण सेवा मन
Thank you so much, Kamal bhai. Now I would like to request Dr. Amit Kumar Parmar sir, Principal of Anand Law College, for welcome address and for enlightening us on objective of the webinar. Sorry to interrupt, sir. Amit sir, you are muted.
Sorry. Very good morning to all of you. It is my privilege to present here to welcome all of you today's webinar on online capacity building and personality development program, undergraduate and postgraduate female students, organized by Anand Law College and Anand College of Legal Study, managed by Sri Ramakrishna Seva Mandal in association with National Commission of Women. First of all, I would like to heartily welcome the guests of from National Commission for Women who have collaborated with today us. Now I would like to welcome to our guest and invited speaker. Today's in this webinar, we have three expert and guests. First of all, I would like to first expert Mr. Jagruti Sharma, a very warm welcome to you, madam, on behalf of our both the institution and Sri Ramakrishna Seva Mandal. I would like to welcome our second expert, Dr. Rekha Kumari Singh, in charge principal and in charge dean of Sardar Patel University. We appreciate your presence between us today. Welcome, ma'am. I would like to warmly welcome our third expert, Manohar Singh Daruwala. A very warm welcome to you, sir, in behalf of our both the institution. I would like to warmly welcome to our faculty members and technical staff members and students, female students of our both the institution and who are joined in this webinar. And finally, I would like to welcome all the female students from UG and PG course who are present here. A very warm welcome to all of you. Thank you to welcome once again to all of you. Now I give you some object of this webinar. First, today's program is focused on preparing students for entering job employment market. Sometimes students may feel the challenges of lack of confidence and may not be able to demonstrate good professional and communication skill. This course is focused on learning and applying the use of intuitive, logical and critical thinking as well as communication and interpersonal skill. By acquiring and participating this skill, the students may be create many career building opportunity in the present as well as the futures. Now some other object of students will be able to perform well in social ground, help the students to the creative and analytical, develop their own specific skill, behave appropriately in professional circle, developing and maintaining optimistic nature, understanding the care of entertaining. Now I hope all the female students and these programs is helpful to your professional skill. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for enlightening us. Now I would like to invite Ms. Swara Anand, Assistant Professor, from Anand College of Legal Study for brief introduction of National Commission for Women.
Thank you so much, Ankita ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
A very good morning to all of you and my warm greetings to all the guests and dignitaries. Today, on this very special occasion of One Day National Program on Capacity Building and Personality Development for undergraduates and postgraduate female students, which is organized by Anand Law College and Anand College of Legal Studies in association with National Commission for Women. It is my great pleasure to give a brief introduction about National Commissions for Women. The National Commission for Women was set up as statutory body in January 1992 under the National Commissions for Women Act 1990. It was set up mainly to review the constitutional and legal safeguards for women. It was also set up to recommend remedial measures for the women, to facilitate redressal grievances for women, and to advise the government on the policy matters affecting women. As we go for the functions, as per Section 10 of National Commission for Women Act 1990, the mandate of the Commission was to perform various functions such as Commission can investigate, examine all the matters relating to safeguard provided for women under the Constitution and other laws. National Commission for Women can also make reports, recommendations for the effective implementation of those safeguards for providing and for improving the conditions of women. NCW can also review from time to time the existing provisions under the Indian Constitution and other laws affecting the women and can also make recommendations and amendments related to it. National Commission for Women can also take up the cases of violation of the provisions of Constitution and other laws relating to women with appropriate authority. They can also look into the complaints and can also take suo motu notice of matters relating to deprivation of women's rights, non-implementation of laws related to women, non-compliance of the policy decisions, guidelines, and instructions providing for the relief to women. National Commission for Women can also participate and advise on the planning process of socio-economic development of women. They can also evaluate the progress and development of women under any union or any state. The commission can also inspect the jails, remand homes for women, and can also fund the litigation involving issues affecting the women. They can also work under the reference of central government. In keeping with this mandate, the Commission has initiated various steps to improve the status of women and also work for their economic empowerment. But due to time constraint, I have highlighted the main functions. Thank you so much. Over to you, Ankita ma'am.
Thank you so much, Swara madam, for a brief introduction of National Commission for Women. Now I would like to invite Ms. Dikshita Suthar, Faculty of Anand Law College, for the introduction of our first guest speaker for session 1.
Thank you very much, Angita ma'am. It is a great pleasure to introduce our first guest speaker for session one, Ms. Jagruti Sharma ma'am. Ma'am has pursued her MCom, PGD in IRPM, MBA in HR from Maharaja Sayajirao University, Vadodara, Gujarat. Madam is a soft skill trainer and image consultant. Madam is having a rich experience in HR for 25 years with automobile and various engineering companies. Madam possesses experience of various facets of HR like performance management, competency mapping, employee and organizational development, enhancing productivity, maintaining employee life cycle, employee relations, industrial relations, labor legislation, project management, etc. Madam is a certified POSH enabler, DISC assessor, MEP SC certified and aspiring as ICBI consultant. Madam has conducted various trainings on topics like competency mapping, EDD, leadership skills, spoken English tutorial, stress and time management, team building, and enhancing productivity through personality enhancement. Ma'am, I'm handing over the platform to you. Please enlighten us with precious words. Thank you, ma'am.
Hello,
Yes, ma'am.
am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. A very, very happy morning to all of you, and a very hearty welcome to all 117 participants in this meeting. I'm very happy to see all of you here gathered in this morning at 10 o'clock. Thanks to Dr. Rekha Kumari Singh. Thanks to Dr. Amit Kumar Parmar. Thanks to Ankita. Thanks to Ms. Swara Anand. Thanks to Ms. Dikshita and National Commission for Women who has organized this training program by taking so much of efforts. Today's training program would be of capacity building and personal development. So we will learn about how can we develop our capacity day by day. And I'm happy to see all the women, 117 women in this program. So may I start my screen sharing with all your support and agreement? Uh, Ankita, can you please guide me how to share my screen? There is no
Just
option
there
here.
is a one arrow like which is just beside of audio, that is open share tray. So through that
Okay,
I think you can share. Yes. And you
okay,
have to select the screen share and then you have to just start.
okay. I have to select entire screen and then do share, is it? It is not allowing. Sharing is not allowed here.
Just ma'am, we are just telling our technical person. He will help you. So just wait for a few seconds, ma'am. So Parth and Akash bhai, kindly do the needful. Ma'am is not able to share the screen.
Ma'am, just a minute. Just a minute. Ma'am, can you try again? We have given the permission.
Hello.
Ma'am, can you try again? We have done with the technical part.
It
અરે
is
આકાશભાઈ
cost.
આકાશભાઈને કહો ગાઈડ કરે.
St-
આકાશભાઈ ટેકનિશિયન. હા.
હજી હજી લેતું નથી એ શેરિંગમાં. શેરિંગ નો બટન બંધ છે. Okay, it is done.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am, we can see this
Okay. So,
screen.
but in this, I can see my screen only and not able to see window.
Ma'am, we can see the screen as well as your video also, ma'am. But if you are sharing the screen, then you can only see your screen, not your video.
Okay. Okay. So I will be able to see my presentation only, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
હવે એમને ગરમ પૂછ્યો જ ને ઉઠે ત્યારે ગરમ ખાવું દાદીને આપું છું.
Hello. Shall we start?
Yes, yes, Jagruti ma'am.
Yes, yes. So, today's program is on capacity building and personality development. The program is organized by Anand Law College and Anand College of Legal Studies, managed by Sri Ramakrishna Seva Mandal in association with National Commission for Women. Friends, what do you think about capacity? What is capacity? Capacity, somebody asked me that how can I study for 12 hours a day? I'm not able to concentrate on my studies. This is a too long hours, 12 hours. So I said that you can definitely build your capacity and you can definitely build your biocycle according to it.
આવી જશે કરે આવી જશે
I request all the participants कि please आप अपना mute रखें because it create lot of disturbance. It is humble request everyone. Thank you.
So I told him a story about a small boy lived in southern Italy. There is a town in southern Italy called Croton. In this Croton town, a very, very renowned wrestler named Milo was staying. When Milo was of 8 to 9 years, he was having lot of animals into his house. They were all pet animals like cows and buffaloes and calf and all. So Milo used to carry a small white calf on his shoulders and was moving into the town for whole day. Milo loved this calf very much. This was a white, beautiful calf. And gradually this calf started growing. And Milo also was growing. Every day The calf's weight was increasing and Milo was also growing. After the 4 years of time, the calf grew into the ox. Still, Milo can lift him on the shoulders. People used to laugh at Milo that what are you doing this? Why are you lifting such a big animal on your shoulders? Later on, Milo won six Olympic winners in a row means he won six medals continuously. He like won 32 wrestling competitions and he was a renowned wrestler. So gradually he acquired the capacity to lift this ox. Day by day, he was like building himself to carry that calf. So this is my suggestion. What are the lessons learned? If you want to study for 12 hours a day, start with studying less hours for now. Take baby steps. You can definitely improve on it. If you will not start, you will like every day if you say कि मैं 12 घंटे तक नहीं पढ़ सकती हूँ, मैं 4 घंटे नहीं पढ़ सकती हूँ, and if you will not initiate, if you will not start, you will not be able to reach anywhere. So start with studying less hours for now. Extend your time when you are fully comfortable with the time. See, in this process, what is happening? You are gradually extending your time and gradually you are getting comfortable with that time. Gradually, slowly, you can go on extending the study time. Whenever you feel that you are fully comfortable, you can further extend. So this way, you can extend your time for 12 hours. And don't try to be other people who wanted to lift the ox but could not. You cannot lift the ox with suddenly. You have to build a capacity. Accordingly, you can build a capacity in your life gradually, slowly, consciously, with mindfulness. So this is how is the best way to extend your time. Why? It is not just extending your time, but it is also extending your time with comfort. It is building your capacity so that you can concentrate on your books rather than just starting it for hours, which will result in nothing at all. So capacity can be built. See, that's why it is mentioned capacity building, not acquiring. You cannot acquire it overnight. You have to build it gradually, 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 year by year, time by time. And this will show definite process, a very steady process in your life. So today's module is on personal capacity building and learning objectives. My dear friends, today's we will be covering 3 blocks today. First is listening and brainstorming, time management and stress management, and internal communication and group discussion. So in listening and brainstorming, we will understand about listening as a soft skill, how to become an effective listener, factors influencing listening, importance of active listening in the workplace, brainstorming, and its importance for career development. Under time management, we will study about the time management and its importance. You will be learning about the strategies for effective time management and also how we will learn about the techniques to manage the stress. Internal communication and group discussion, we will learn what is communication, what are the importance, types of communication, and in the group discussion, we will learn about the skills which are required in group discussion, do's and don'ts, and helpful indicators and assessment criteria. I had set up some rules for this session, but I don't know whether we will be able to do. It is an interactive session. We will be able to chat in the chat box and whether you will be giving my, like responding my presentation, I don't know. But I'm sure that you can keep your mobiles on silent and please be a good listener. So shall we proceed? I cannot see anything. Only my screen is seen to me. Friends, I am a human.
Sorry, ma'am, to disturb you, but your
Yes,
slides are not moving actually. So either you just do the slideshow and then you just click on the second or third slide, whatever.
slides are not moving.
No, it is the first slide which is visible. First, like the title and organized by Anand Law College, which is you mentioned.
Oh my God, just a moment. When the screen sharing is stopped. Is it seen now? Is it
Yes,
Yes,
visible?
yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. Now it's
Yes.
moving. Yes.
Can you see the change?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the first module we will be studying, first skill we will be studying about the listening. So friends, what do you feel? Why listening is important? What is the difference between listening and hearing? So hearing is just a physical process, while listening is physical as well as mental process. In listening, the listener receives the message and isolates it from other sounds and focus attention on the information received. So whenever information is received, like for example, I'm doing this presentation and you are listening my presentation. So you have to isolate, you have to concentrate on the information, whatever I'm delivering to you. And when can you listen it? If you like isolate them, that information from other sounds or other thoughts going into your mind. If you are thinking of something and you are just sitting here, you will not be able to listen because you are not focused. So after receiving, you listener tries to understand the information. He tries to comprehend and decode the message, perceiving based on the knowledge and understanding. For example, I told you what is hearing and what is listening. So the question is going in your mind that what is hearing, what is listening. Based on your experience, based on your understanding, you will like start comparing what is hearing and what is listening. So you are trying to perceive and comprehend the message in your brain. You start using applying your brain actively. Thereafter, you start evaluating. So the listener tries to carefully evaluate the nature of the information, whether the information is correct, whether it is rumor, whether it is false, or whether it is valid or not, whether the the speaker has given correct information, whether the speaker is asking correct question. So that evaluation starts in the brain. Thereafter, based on the information received, understood by the listener, and evaluated by the listener, the listener responds to the speaker, right? And reaffirm, like if we are sitting in the class and if your teacher is explaining you something, in such case, when you understand the information, you start nodding or you say, yes, madam. That is called affirmation. Or you start rephrasing the words or paraphrasing. Madam, are you telling like this? Are you telling like that? Do you mean to say this? That is reaffirming the information. When you have understood the message, you can affirm the things in a correct way. But if you have not understood it properly, if you have not listened the message properly, you will not be able to affirm the things. Then later on, remembering. So when important information are given to you, you can retain the part of that information with you. Sometimes we are sitting in the class, but we are not able to listen. We are just physically sitting there, but we are not listening to the teacher because our mind is somewhere else. So if somebody is asking you that what was the information given to you and you are not able to recollect the information, it means that you were not listening. So in such case, it is very important, yeah, that your mental involvement is there in listening. You are listening very, very actively. You are listening very, very effectively when you are involved mentally in listening. Otherwise, you will not be able to retain the information. So, how to become an effective listener? So in such case, how you can become an effective listener? If you pay attention. Paying attention means when the speaker is giving you an information, please be attentive. Pay the whole attention to your speaker. Look into his eyes. Maintain the eye contact. Ye- Hello, can you please mute yourself? Pay 100% attention, remove all the distractions whatever are there into your brain or on the table, and pay wholesome attention to your speaker, and also acknowledge the message you have received. If you are not nodding or you are not paying 100% attention, you will not be able to grab the information whatever is given to you. You will not be able to listen properly. You may lose some of the important part of the message. So please pay 100% attention. Don't listen to the side by conversation happening. If somebody is talking in the class, don't listen to it. Or please don't listen to the thoughts which are happening in your mind. So pay 100% attention. Show that you are listening. Showing, how can we show that we are listening? By nodding our head, by smiling at the speaker when he is delivering the information, by saying that yes, I have understood like this, or you can say, oh yes, I understood, and you can rephrase it. You can do paraphrasing of the message listened by you, or you can ask the questions and for confirming whether you have got the correct information, you have understood the information correctly or not. Third is provide feedback. Provide your feedback by paraphrasing. You can definitely uh, ask the speaker whether I have understood this, this is correct or not. This helps the speaker to evaluate himself, that whatever information I'm passing is properly understood by the listener or not. Then defer judgment. Defer judgment means some of the people, they become impatient when they are listening. So many questions are running into their mind. and they just become impatient to ask the questions. So please keep your judgments pending कि अभी मैडम ये बोल रही हैं तो इसका मतलब यही होगा. नहीं, प्लीज थोड़ा पेशेंस रखिए, थोड़ा रुकिए and let the speaker finish. Whatever information is given to you, understand it properly with the context, understand the contents with the context कि वो किस लिए कहा जा रहा है, कौन से environment के लिए कहा जा रहा है, उसका connection किसके साथ है, वो आप समझिए. और later on, if you have got a problem, you can ask your speaker or your teacher. Respond appropriately. See, listening is a skill, right? Why we call it skill? Because we have to listen the things and retain with us. But in this process, it is like in this process we have to maintain respect. This is called skill because it is used for promoting the progress. It is like used to improve your personality. I'm sorry. It is used to become a better person. It is used to get better job. If you have got good listening skills, this is one of the important part that you respond appropriately. When a speaker is speaking something, allow him to complete. And then if you have got any questions, ask the questions respectfully. Respect the speaker. Don't counter argument. If you have got any difference of opinion, there can be difference of opinion. Put forward your standpoint in a very, very respected way. You can ask the speaker that these are my viewpoints. Sir, I am different than you, or madam, I have got a different opinion than you. In such case, you will maintain your respect and the teacher will also have respect for you. So don't respond in a negative way. You should be assertive and not aggressive while listening. So I have gathered some photographs which you can see. These are effective listening gestures. See, a person is explaining something and the listener is attentively looking on his face. She is trying to read his face. She is trying to see his body gestures. And this way, she is wholly involved in listening, not only by mentally but also physically. So he is like trying to read his body gestures, expressions, facial expressions, and everything. So this is called effective active listening gesture. Here the lady has got smile. She is like both the hands on the desk. So she is on the resting position and she is listening calmly with the smile. So smile is also a way of responding to the listener. So when we are listening somebody effectively or attentively, we have to look and give some facial expressions that the other person, the speaker, understands that you are listening attentively. This is a meeting where a person is explaining something and see the all these three people are tilted forward. टिल्टिंग फॉरवर्ड मतलब कि आगे को झुकना. जब आप कोई किसी की बात ध्यान से सुनते हैं तो आप अपने आप आपका बॉडी आगे को झुक जाता है that yes you are into agreement. And these people have got, this person has got smile. He is looking, he is listening it with very very sincerity, and the lady is also smiling. Her hand is on the resting position. In this photo, the speaker is speaking and both the people are listening attentively. Their hands are on the paper. So they might be having some discussion. This person is tilted forward. Here some serious discussion is happening. So you can see serious facial expressions of both the people. This people has got some like different expressions that something bad has happened. So this shows a gesture that he has felt bad with whatever happened, and the speaker is speaking. In this photograph, the speaker is explaining something and pointing the finger towards the laptop, and the lady who is listening, she is looking at his face. Means she might be trying to understand that what has happened with this presentation or something, what with the information. So she is trying to see whether the matter is serious or not. Here all four people are might be watching some presentation or might be looking at some data. A lady is explaining, and all these three people are like tilted forward, trying to look into the laptop and trying to understand the information. Here a person might be showing.
Jagruti ma'am, I'm really so sorry again to intervene. Actually, I think there is still some technical problem. So we are going to share PPT through our end. So we request you, you don't share now. The moment you will speak, we will share the same slide.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm stopping sharing, right?
Only just you confirm, ma'am, the topic. So then accordingly it will be coordinated. So which slide you want? So we'll start with the same slide.
Okay, so can go to slide number 8.
Slide number 8. Yeah.
Yes. Can we put into presentation mode? This is presentation mode. Okay.
Yeah. Just request Darshana slide mode. Can you put it high? Yeah. Thank you.
Some of the hands are raised. Can we lower them down? Okay. And the last photograph shows that two people are negotiating. They are into a very serious discussion. So what I mean to say here, that your facial expressions gives a lot. If you don't speak, nobody is speaking in this uh, uh, these photographs. Only the speakers are speaking, but the listeners, you can see the various facial expressions they are giving shows that they are listening attentively to the speakers. Next slide, please. Okay, so factors that influence listening are personality style. What is personality style? Personality means what kind of personality you have got. If you are an anxious person, if you are an impatient person, it affects your listening capacity. It affects your listening ability. You are not able to listen properly because you are mentally very disturbed. In such case, and if a person is very positive and open, and he is ready to listen, in such case he is open to listening, and in such case he can retain proper information with him, he can listen attentively. If a person is into the stress and anxiety, he is psychologically mentally disturbed, and in such case he will not be able to listen properly, he will not be able to listen actively. So remove stress and anxiety to become an active listener. Then negative attitude. If a person has got negative attitude towards listening, or he is having some negative attitude towards some particular subject or a speaker, that this person is like this, I don't want to listen to him. In such case, he will not be able to listen attentively. He will try to avoid listening, and he will not be able to listen properly. If the speaker is boring, for example, continuing with some particular subject which is of no interest to the listener, if the speaker is disorganized, sometimes presenting one idea, sometimes presenting other idea, in such case also listening becomes less effective, listening becomes less active. Then we listen to different mediums of communication. Now today is one of the medium that we are meeting on Teams. But instead of meeting on Teams or Zoom, if we would have met in person, in such case, when a speaker and a listener is present in a common room, their presence stimulates the listening. You might be listening more to me. We would have more interaction. And when there is interaction between the listener and the speaker, energy flows, energy transmits, energy increases. So when there is only one-sided communication, when there is only one-side communication, people are not listening properly, because people want to respond. People want to clarify that whether I have understood it properly or not. So listening is affected when it is done on different mediums of communication. Some of the people have got listening blocks, like I must defend my position. जो मैं कह रहा हूँ वो सच है, या मेरी बात सच है, या सामने वाले की बात गलत है, मैं इसके साथ एग्रीमेंट में नहीं. In such case, the person is not tried, is avoiding listening, and he keeps his standpoint, he keeps his block, and not ready to listen. Second thing, I'm looking for an entrance into the conversation. If some conversation is happening and somebody in his mind thinking that I want to interfere here, I want to intervene here, in such case, he is anxious to enter into the conversation. He is not maintaining the patience. So when in this anxiety, he is not listening attentively. I don't have time to listen to you. Some people are always in hurry. They don't want to listen to others, and they just want to speak. So in such case also, listening is not done properly. Some of the people are like masters in this world, and they feel that I know everything. I already know what you are going to say. In such case, they are not open to listen the speaker. I have an advice for you. No matter what you say, I will only hear what I want to. So some of the people are not ready to listen, and in such case, listening is affected. But my dear friends, when you have to go for the career building, when you want to build, when you want to go for personality building, you have to listen. You have to make this listening skills effective. You have to acquire the listening skills. When now you must be in the college, you are in the college, and must be acquiring the knowledge. But with acquiring the knowledge, skills are also important, and a positive attitude is also very important. So today we are emphasizing on certain skills which will help you to go into the corporates, which will help you to become an effective employee, which will help you to become an effective professional. And that's why this program is planned by a Women's Commission. So become an active listener. So importance of active listening in the workplace, it helps you to build connections. How it will build connection with others? See, for example, you have got a friend. So every time you try to talk to her, why? Because she listens to you. She listens to you attentively. She tries to understand what you are telling. She tries to empathize with you, that whatever you are telling, I am with you. So in such case, it helps you to build connection with the people. And in the corporates, in the companies, when you will go, it will help you a lot, where if you are ready to listen to the people will trust into you, because if you listen to them, they will try to share more and more information with you. And if they share more and more information with you, you can get more informations, you can retain the information you with you, and it will help you in taking up new projects, in taking up new activities, in taking up your career on the new path. So it helps and develops a trust. If you listen to the people, you will be able to identify that what problems they are facing, what challenges they are facing, and you will be able to support the people. You can increase your knowledge and understanding on various topics by listening to different people. So don't just speak much. Try to listen to various people. Try to listen to various topics and try to analyze. I'm telling here, listening. Try to analyze the things, try to understand the things, based on which you will build your capacity. It helps you to avoid missing critical information. See, in a class, a teacher is passing the information about some new programs, but only few people have all the information, that what is going to have, when it is going to happen. Why? Because very few people are listening. In such case, some of the people miss the critical information, and some of the people have all the information. So critical information, अरे 21st को program होना है, but what time? Because he is not listening attentively. Time is 10 o'clock. So critical information can be retained only when you are listening actively. When some new are coming up and your boss is giving you some information and you are not listening it properly, you may not be able to implement the project. So it is very essential to have active listening. Next slide, please. So be a good listener. Is this a good listener? A good listener, these are like some of the gestures of a good listener. Eyes are on the speaker. Brain is thinking about what is being said. क्या कहा जा रहा है. Mouth is quiet and ears are listening carefully. So this is a way, these are the gestures of a good listener. Next slide. Okay, before this, let us take an example. You might have seen a judge in the court, and the whole world respect the judiciary. The whole world has got faith in judiciary. Why? In the world, if there is a dispute between two people, if there is a dispute between husband and wife, if there is a dispute between two brothers, and they are unable to resolve it, they say that we will go to the court. Why they trust the judge? Why they trust into his decisions? Why they trust into his whatever orders he pass? Because the honorable judge has got excellent listening ability. He listens to both the advocate, he listens to both the parties, he listens to all the evidences, he go through all the documents, he evaluates everything, he understands everything, and then he draw his conclusions. And then he passes an orders. He tries to see that जो इंसान की गलती नहीं है उसे सजा न मिल जाए. And that is effect of a listening skill. So if you acquire a listening skill, it will be a great achievement to you. It will be a very, very effective skill for you in your careers, and it will support you in developing your career. Now we are coming to the second point, second topic, which is called brainstorming. Here, see, I am only speaking and I am not able to get any responses, so no problem. So it is a very, very imperative skill for career development. Why brainstorming is required? Just think for a moment that why brainstorming is required. If you are just sitting alone, your brain starts working. You अंदर अंदर कुछ ना कुछ चलता रहता है, चलता रहता है, चलता रहता है, चलता रहता है, and you get new ideas. When you are cooking physically, your brain goes somewhere else, and so many thoughts are happening into your brain. So lot of ideas are generated when you are silent, when you are peaceful. But in the organization, some of the problems are like that, where only one person cannot provide the ideas, or only one person cannot resolve the problems. So brainstorming is a very, very important skill for career development. Because brainstorming में क्या होता है कि there is a group, there is a problem, like and the problem is to be resolved, or some new ideas are required to resolve the problem. So in such case, management gives that problem to the employees. They sit across and discuss about the problem, and everybody is like allowed to give whatever ideas are coming to their mind without any interruption कि ये अच्छा आइडिया है या खराब आइडिया है. That is not there. All the ideas are listed down. Everybody is allowed, all the group members are allowed to give the ideas and share their knowledge to solve a particular problem. So participants are encouraged to think without interruption. In such case, what happens? That thinking ability increases. They can think beyond the box. They can think of some new things. And this group, when activity is done, it may be for resolving technical problems or commercial problems. Whatever ideas are generated, they are listed and then categorized, whether this is how means what kind of idea is this, whether by investing the money, whether by changing the layout of the plan, whether by giving more time, whether by changing the employees. All the ideas are listed and then ranking is done, and the most feasible idea are taken into the action. So brainstorming is very, very important. Let me give you another example. A new consumer product is a company want to launch a new consumer product in the market. Now the team is given that we want to launch this product in the market, but how can we launch it? How can we advertise for it? So can we advertise it through newspaper? Can we advertise it through social media? Can we distribute flyers? Can we do door-to-door marketing? Can we meet our existing customers? Can we go and meet one-to-one to our existing customers? Can we talk to them over phone, or can we go personally? So many ideas are generated, and based on that, how much cost will be involved, how much time will be involved, how can we do it faster in the most effective manner to the organization. All such things are coming through brainstorming. Next slide, please. So brainstorming encourages new ideas, which are essential in many of the jobs. For example, if you want to make some changes into your job, or if you want some promotions, in such case, brainstormings give you some new ideas. Yes, during this brainstorming, he has given me this idea. Or if you think that how can I change my performance? How I can take up new things, how it will be beneficial to me. In such case, if you sit down and individually storm your brain, it will help you a lot in developing your career. It inculcates team spirit. So brainstorming, when they're done, it is done generally in the group, and it enhances teamwork capacity, that everybody is sharing their thoughts. Sharing of thoughts gives the team members one collaboration. It increases their understanding with each other. So it enhances team spirit in the organization. Brainstorming also allows you to think out of box, because see, you try to find out some new idea while brainstorming. What is happening? This was tried, this has not happened, this is this is already there. So you have to think beyond it. Something is already there and it is not working. For example, a company wants to increase its production. So how can we increase our production? What shall we do with the limited resources? In such case, you have to improve your process. You have to provide trainings to your employees. You might have to change the layout, that when movement time is taken much, how can I improve my layout? So can motion is reduced. How I can reduce the movement and do the production fast. I can eliminate the unnecessary activities. So it enhances out of box thinking. See, I have given one bulb on here, that if you have got 1 rupee coin and your friend also have got 1 rupee coin, both of you exchange, both of you will have 1 rupee each. दोनों के पास एक एक रुपया ही बचेगा. But if you have got an idea and your friend also has got an idea, and both of you will exchange, in such a case, both of you will have 2 ideas. So it is good to have brainstorming and sharing your ideas with the people. Don't worry कि मेरा आइडिया मैं उसको क्यों दूं. आपको भी तो उसका आइडिया मिल रहा है ना. You are getting richer. As much you share, you are going to become richer, and you will improve your relations with the people. You will have more and more friends. पता नहीं कौन सा आइडिया कब काम लग जाए. So have lot of brainstorming, have good relations with people, have interaction with the people, share your ideas, and such kind of people are required in the corporates. Such kind of people are welcomed in the corporates, who are actively listening, having lot of thoughts in their mind. So my dear friends, go for brainstorming whenever it is possible. Next slide. So these are the rules for brainstorming. There should be a group of 6 to 12 members, and the rule is that you should not criticize others. It is not only in brainstorming, but in your life also. Please don't criticize anybody. People are operating with different environment and different mindset. Somebody have passed on through a very difficult phase of his life. So please don't criticize anybody. You are adding negative points to your account by criticizing anybody. So don't criticize. Appreciate the people. Don't evaluate or giving your judgment for any of the ideas. It should be a free association with each other. Make people your friends. In brainstorming, quantity is desired than quality. You can give any weird ideas while brainstorming. It encourages building ideas into your brain. एंड इट स्टिमुलेट्स योर क्रिएटिविटी. आपकी क्रिएटिविटी बढ़ती है आप जितने ज्यादा आइडिया देते हैं, जितना ज्यादा सोचते हैं. So evaluation and selection of ideas are done then, and it encourages novel and innovative idea. It may be odd ones also, but sometimes odd ideas also work. So build on the idea put forward by others, and treat each and every person equal, treat each and every idea as equal, and each idea generated is it belongs to the group and not to individual. So see here, a person is like explaining or giving some ideas on the board, so many things are written and they all are into the brainstorming. If we do that like this may happen. So brainstorming had got a very good impact on the people. Next slide. Time management and stress management. So time, मेरे पास time नहीं है. In this world, everybody has got that understanding. I don't have time. But everybody has got 24 hours in a day, whether स्वामी विवेकानंद थे, रामकृष्ण परमहंस थे, वॉरेन बफेट हैं, बिल क्लिंटन है या जो भी हैं, सबके पास 24 आवर्स ही हैं. डॉक्टर एपीजे कलाम, everybody has got 24 hours. It is a question of time management. How do you manage your time? So time is an irreversible process. You cannot reverse the time. It is continuously happening. You cannot stop it. Nobody can stop it moving. So time, how you manage the time makes the difference into your life. Time management is the most important skill in the life, not only in your career, not only in your college, not only your personal or professional somewhere, but to manage your life, it is very essential to have time management. It is like consciously monitoring the time. I want to do these many tasks, or I want to attend these many jobs, or I have to do these many things in a day. So how should I manage my time? So if you are good at time management, you will increase your proficiency. You will be able to increase your efficiency and you may get better results. So it is very, very essential to have a good time management skill. Some of the people, they are unable to manage their time. If you are not able to manage your time, you get into the stress. That's why time management and stress management are clubbed together here. So you get into the stress, you are not able to complete the task in a time, and you are landed into bad quality, or you are not able to do the things and get into the procrastination, anxiety. You become anxious कि ये काम हो ही नहीं सका मुझसे. So what are the principles of time management? Time management requires advanced and detailed planning. Right? पहले से आपको शांति से बैठ के मुझे ये 4 चीजें या 10 चीजें करनी है. You just make down the लिस्ट बना लीजिए पहले से, और सभी चीजों के लिए एक प्लानिंग कीजिए. प्लानिंग यानी ये काम को करने के लिए मुझे इतना टाइम चाहिएगा. मेक द प्रायोरिटी लिस्ट. प्रायोरिटी लिस्ट में जो इम्पोर्टेंट चीजें हैं उसे ऊपर रखिए. राइट? या तो जो बहुत आपको पसंद नहीं है उस काम को आप जल्दी कर दीजिए. उससे क्या होगा, व्हाट विल हैपन, वो काम आप खत्म कर देंगे तो आपका स्ट्रेस लेवल कम हो जाएगा. एंड फॉर द होल डे यू विल बी हैप्पी कि चलो ये काम गया सिर पे से. समटाइम्स वी डोंट लाइक द सब्जेक्ट्स, फिर हम उसको छोड़ देते हैं और नहीं करते हैं, और जब एग्जाम आ जाती है तो वो एक तो डिफिकल्ट था, ऊपर से हमको समझ में नहीं आ रहा था, ऊपर से हमको पसंद भी नहीं है, तो हम उस काम को छोड़ देते हैं. And when you go to the like corporates or in any company of your organization, in careers, अगर आप ऐसे करेंगे तो sometimes what will happen, वो कोई important काम may lead to a very very serious implications to the organization. Sometimes your order may get cancelled, sometimes your customer may leave. So please be organized, allocate time to each and every activity which are important. Please place them on the top of the list. Now, we all are into the habit of सुबह उठ के सबसे पहले मोबाइल हाथ में लेना है. We are addicted to mobiles. And when you start looking into the mobile, you are looking into somebody else's agenda. किसी ने मैसेज किया, हम उसको देख रहे हैं. किसी ने गुड मॉर्निंग किया, हम उसको देख रहे हैं. और उसके बाद हम कितना टाइम उसमें चले गए, we don't know. और एक दिन में एक आदमी कम से कम 250 बार मोबाइल चेक करता है. 250 times. Lift the mobile, check whether some has come or not. Some important thing has not come, then you will try to check other things, other messages, jokes, and you don't know seriously how much time you are wasting for it. So give a proper time allocation for social media sites. Social media का use करना चाहिए because it is important nowadays. But please fix up the time that I will spend this much of time for social media. If we don't plan and organize the time ahead, we may end up into missing the deadlines. Your productivity may go down and you may end up into the stress and burnt out. So time management is very, very imperative in today's life. Next slide. So my dear friends, how do we spend our time? So I have put here wheel of life. So in our life, our health is important, our career is important, our studies are important. It is important to spend time for our family. It is important to have social interaction with our friends. It is important to spare time for managing our finances, managing our job. It is important to have some entertainment in our life. It is essential to give rest to our mind and body, and it is also essential to have spiritual development. So just draw this circle. This is a spoke of spoke. There are like 8 spokes in the wheel, and I have like put a scale here. Here is 0 and here is 10. So when it is a 0, you have to analyze your time, how much you are spending for each and every aspect of your life. So just draw a circle in your notebook, make this scale, and for like better health, how much time do you spend? Just mark somewhere. I am rating myself at 2 or 3. I'm not doing any exercises. I'm not taking like proper food. I'm not taking proper like health related activities. So in such case, you can rate yourself in all the areas of your life, and you will see that you need to balance all the areas. So can you please do this activity for 2 minutes? Just draw a small circle, make 8 parts, write down in each part health, career, family, social, finance, entertainment, rest, and spiritual development. Make a scale from 0 to 10 on each spoke of the wheel, and you will be able to see your time management. Where do you spend more time? I hope you all are doing this activity into your notebooks. Okay, next slide. Strategies for effective time management. Just now I explained you that you can prioritize your task, make a list of tasks or activities to be done, prioritize them in order of importance. High priority tasks are to be taken on the top. If some unpleasant or stressful task is to be done, do it as early as possible, so that on the rest of the day you will feel more relaxed and less stressful. You have to set clear and defined goals. What is goal? Goals means achieving the targets in a day. That yes, I want to do this activity today, or I will do it tomorrow. So if you set a clear target, it will remove your confusion. आज क्या करना है, आज जो करना था वो रह गया, कल लाइट का बिल भरना था नहीं भरा, लाइट कटने वाली है. You will not go into the chaos or havocs. So set daily targets, make a to-do list that this is to be done today. So you will be able to stay focused. Gradually, you all the tasks will be on your diary or on your notebook, and you will be able to spend time for everything. At the end of the day, just tick mark on all the things, all the tasks which were to be done. ये हो गया आज, ये हो गया, ये हो गया, ये हो गया, ये pending. So this will help you to adopt an effective time management skills. Because see, in many of the organizations, people have to submit the reports in time. 7th को गवर्नमेंट लेबर ऑफिसर में ये वाला रिपोर्ट भेजना है, और हेडक्वार्टर्स को ये डेटा इस डेट को हर महीने भेजना है. So if they don't have time management skill, the employee will not be able to gather the data, or will not be able to ready with the report, and may miss the deadlines, and may be penalized by the government, or may become defaulter of the government. So adopt time management skills. It is very, very important. And as a student, it is also very essential to have time management skills. Because sometimes we don't know where are we wasting the time. And at the end of the day, time ही नहीं मिला. So don't do that. Simultaneously, please don't overcommit yourself. मैं आज ये भी कर लूंगी, ये भी कर लूंगी, ये भी कर लूंगी, वो भी कर लूंगी, वो भी कर लूंगी. But you don't know how much time you will be going to spend for these activities. And what happens suddenly, sometimes some important and urgent activities crop up. And now then you are overwhelmed. इतनी सारा काम हो गया कि कुछ भी नहीं कर पाए. So avoid that. Just make few of the things on your list that I will attend these many things today. Avoid scheduling things back to back. एक के बाद एक के बाद एक के बाद. अगर आप नहीं कर पाए एक चीज तो दूसरा भी रह जाएगा. Don't do that. ऑल्सो टू ऑफन वी अंडर एस्टिमेट, हमको पता नहीं होता है कि हर एक्टिविटी के पीछे कितना टाइम लगने वाला है। तो जस्ट थिंक कि मुझे ये एक पेज लिखना है फॉर एग्जाम्पल, तो आई विल टेक 2 minutes टू राइट डाउन द पेज और 3 minutes. Based on that, you can do the time management activity. You can allocate the time to various tasks. And not only those tasks, you have to allocate time to your personal entertainment also. You have to allocate time for rest also, to sit with the family, to have your food coolly and calmly, to enjoy your life. Life is not only working, life is also enjoyment. So give some time to yourself also. Next slide, please. I have just explained that break activities into small steps. Don't get overwhelmed. Focus on manageable steps, one manageable step at a time, rather than taking everything at once. Keep a record of how successful you have been at managing time. अगर आपने एक लिस्ट बनाया, टू डू लिस्ट, और आपने उसमें 10 एक्टिविटीज लिखे, एंड एट द एंड ऑफ द डे if you go through that list and if you tick mark all the 10 activities, yes, I did all these 10, what will happen to you? You will feel more confident about it. Yes, I could do these 10 activities in a day, and it will boost up your morale, it will enhance your confidence, and you will like further get into the time management activity. So continuous monitoring of your time, continuous monitoring, be mindful yourself, and you will definitely be able to adopt time management, effective time management things. Sometimes what happens, especially I have got that thinking that I want to do everything. I will do this also, I will do this also, that also, this also, and I want to do everything. So what happens at the end of the day? I'm like burnt out. कि सब कुछ मुझे ही करना है, तो सब कुछ मुझसे नहीं हो सकता है ना. Sometimes I'm not able to do all the things. So in such case, don't keep everything with you. Delegate the activities to others. Rely on others. Trust on others. Let them also take some credit of doing something. Instead of that, you do some important things. You focus on some important things to be done. This will help you to have better relations with other that you have given credit to them, and also you will be able to do necessary activities, will be able to create a time management boosting activity. So please allow others to involve into your activities. जो काम आपको जरूरी नहीं है दूसरों को दीजिए, करने दीजिए उनको. Let others also work and let build their confidence also. It our duty कि जो हमारे साथ रहे उसका भी कॉन्फिडेंस हम बिल्ड करें. उसको भी कुछ काम दीजिए, आप खुश रहिए, दूसरों को भी खुश रखिए. Let's move on to next slide. This I have already explained to you. So let's move to the next slide. Oh, so stress. What is stress? सबको होता है. It happens to everybody in this world. होता है कि नहीं? क्या आप जानते हो कि जानवरों को भी स्ट्रेस होता है? पेड़ पौधों को भी स्ट्रेस होता है. Some of the people have done the experimentation by playing music near the plants, near the garden, in the garden. And when the music is played, the plants are growing better. The animals are also remaining happy when they are in stressless conditions. So what is a stress? So, stress is a psychological, a physiological, and a mental process that is happening, and it affects you psychologically as well as physically. So, how stress generates? Stress generates when you are unable to do something, where you are passing through some difficulties, when you are not able to do anything. In such case, stress occurs. If a person has got finance related problems, if a person got career related problems, if a person has got breakup of relationship, it results into stressful conditions. I need this much of money, but I don't have. I'm not able to pay fees for my kids. In such case, stress generates. If I have got health issues, I'm not able to walk properly, or I'm not able to take proper rest, I'm not able to sleep properly. In such case, stress generates. When there is a breakup of relationship, it hurts a lot. People get disturbed. Sometimes people don't disclose it to others, they keep it to themselves, and in such case, they go into the stressful condition. Daily hassles. Generally, this happens in big cities like metro cities, where people have to travel a lot, or people have to struggle a lot. Like, for example, in Mumbai, if people have to travel like every day 30-40 kilometers to go for the job, they have to go into one train to another train, local train, walking, and sometimes they have to take auto rickshaw, and then they reach to their job. So such daily hassles create stress. There are some life events when people are getting stress. Life events means you love somebody a lot, and suddenly something happens, like some it passes through some sickness and die or something. In such sudden shocks gives you stress. Traumatic experiences are like some major accident, or a big fire, or loss of something which has hurt you a lot. Such traumatic experiences also generate stress. What happens, these traumatic experiences, they do not give suddenly. The occurs Stress doesn't occurs, but stress occurs after some time. So it hurts you, it impacts your psychology, it impacts your brain, and then a person goes into their stressful conditions. Quarrels at workplace or neighborhood also gives a lot of stress. People are not happy at job, or every day I have to go and see his face, I don't like this person. So whenever you see that person, you get into the stress. A neighbor, you cannot remove him, he is staying here. So in such case also stress generates. Person having unemployment also gets into the stressful condition. And occupational stress. Sometimes we don't like to work. We don't like some of the activities to be done on the job. But because I have to work, because I have to earn money, I have to do these many activities. And that's why occupational stress generates. Next slide, please. Physiological effects of stress. Physiological effects means physical, body. So, लो एनर्जी, मुझे बहुत थकान लगती है, सिर दर्द रहता है. So, stress gives these effects. This stress results into these physiological effects. स्ट्रेस के कारण ये सारी तकलीफें हमको शरीर में होती हैं, और आजकल हम देखते हैं कि ज़्यादातर लोग इन सारी बीमारियों में से पास हो रहे हैं. It impacts your digestive system also. It upsets the stomach. If some of the people are going under the stressful condition, they have got digestive system. There are pains and aches in the body on various parts. Heartbeat sometimes increase a person when he is passing through a stressful condition. Heartbeat high हो जाता है, chest में pain होने लग जाता है. Insomnia means sleeplessness. रात को नींद नहीं आती है because you are passing through a stressful condition. इसीलिए आप इतने एंशियस हो गए हैं कि रात को आपको नींद नहीं आती है, कई बार नींद उड़ जाती है, एंड यू गेट इनटू दोस थॉट्स एंड यू आर नॉट एबल टू स्लीप फॉर द होल नाइट. Now in the next morning, your whole body is tired, you are not fresh, you are not able to do anything. So this results into a whole physiological problem. Frequent colds and infections, these are also one of the effect of stress. Loss of sexual desire, people don't like to have this nervousness and shaking. Some of the people in stressful condition ऐसे कांपने लग जाते हैं, कान के अंदर कुछ आवाज सुनाई देने लग जाता है, हाथ में से पसीना आ जाता है, पैरों में से पसीना आ जाता है. So this is one of the impact of physio stress. Dry mouth and difficulty in swallowing, खाना खाने में यहाँ पे गले में तकलीफ होती है. Clenched jaws and grinding teeth. Clenched jaws means ये जो जबड़े हैं वो टाइट हो जाते हैं स्ट्रेस के मारे. स्ट्रेस की वजह से यहाँ पे जबड़ों में टाइटनेस आ जाती है और दांत आपस में क्लेंच हो जाते हैं, वो हो जाते हैं, एक दूसरे के साथ भिड़ जाते हैं. तो दैट इज ग्राइंडिंग टीथ. देन एजिंग फास्ट होता है, आजकल ये सबसे जल्दी हो रहा है. पीपल आर लाइक एजिंग फास्ट. छोटे बच्चे भी स्ट्रेस के कारण एकदम यहाँ पे लाइंस आ जाती है एंड लाइक बाल भी सफेद हो जा रहे हैं. देन हार्ट डिजीज होता है. हार्मोनल इम्बैलेंस इज ऑल्सो हैपनिंग and skin issues. Some of the people are having very high skin issues and they take all the medicine, put ointment and everything, but this has happened because the stress is going into your body. Next slide. So
I request Jalpa Parekh to mute your mic, please.
सो स्ट्रेस का सिर्फ फिजिकल इफेक्ट नहीं होता, बट उसका ज्यादा इफेक्ट साइकोलॉजिकली होता है. मेंटल इफेक्ट स्ट्रेस का बहुत ज्यादा होता है. सो इन सच केस स्ट्रेस से क्या हो जाता है, डिप्रेशन आ जाता है कई लोगों को. डिप्रेशन इन द सेंस अ पर्सन लाइक्स टू सिट अलोन और लिव अलोन. इंटरेक्शंस कम हो जाते हैं. People are trying to sit in a room, trying to keep himself alone, don't want to interact with anybody, don't want to go to any social gatherings, and don't want to try to do new things even. And don't, sometimes the person don't want to get into the new things or try to do new things. And these people also don't disclose what is happening into their mind, so they remain into the depression continuously for a longer time. So this is depression is very dangerous and this may lead to suicide even. So many people in the world are suiciding due to depression because they have got high expectations, high anticipations, and if they are not able to achieve those things, sometimes they are getting into the stress that I want to do this also, that also, I want to reach here, I want to earn this much of money. And if they are not able to do that, they get into the stress, and through stress they get into the depression condition. So don't do that. Go systematically, go steadily, plan your life step by step. That is very, very essential. Also, these skills are taught because you will be going on the bigger platform. You are in the college, you are in the education institute now. The next step would be in the profession where you will be responsible for bigger things. So please go systematically. Cut the mountain piece by piece by piece by piece. This will help you to cut the whole mountain. You cannot suddenly cut a big mountain. So please go gradually, please go systematically, please plan your time, please plan your activities. So another effect is difficulty in sleeping, constant worrying, poor problem solving. These people are not able to solve the problems because they are anxious. Fear that the stressor won't go away. They feel that I'm passing through this stressful condition and it will not go away. Persistent thoughts about one or more stressor. So the stress continuously, so many stressors are coming into their mind, and thoughts are coming that yes, this is the problem for me, that is the problem for me. So every day morning they are just thinking and continuously remaining into that thoughts. Feeling of sadness, frustration, loss of emotional control. That loss of emotional control means this stressed people generally fights a lot with other people. They are not able to manage their patience. They are unable to take rest and self medication. Racing thoughts are running faster and faster. So many thoughts are coming. They become forgetfulness and disorganized. सब कुछ भूल जाते हैं. मुझे आजकल याद ही नहीं रहता because you are passing through a stressful condition. Inability to focus on the things or on their life activities. They poor judgments because they are not focused. That's why they take poor judgments. Being pessimist means having negative attitude towards life or negative thoughts coming into their mind. So these are all happening because of stress. So planning is very, very imperative, essential into your life. Please go into the next slide. So we are getting into stress management techniques. आजकल ये बहुत पॉपुलर है. सोशल मीडिया पे, न्यूज़पेपर में, सब जगह पे स्ट्रेस को कैसे कंट्रोल करें, मेडिटेशन कैसे करें, रिलैक्स कैसे करें, वो सब एक्सरसाइज कैसे करें, इसका बहुत ज़्यादा प्रचार हो रहा है बिकॉज people are passing through stressful conditions. So first of all, recognize the stress. Identify what stress is and how it is physiologically affecting you. Share your experience with others. Generally, the person who is in the stress does not share experience with others, and that's why stress is not identified. So it is very, very essential that you should have a lot of friends so that you can share your experiences with others. And I have seen the person who has got lot of friends or has got lot of interaction never remains into stress. बिकॉज कोई ना कोई तो हमको उसमें से बाहर निकालेगा, कोई ना कोई तो हमको उसका अच्छा रास्ता बताएगा. So share your experience and let others to find out that you are into the stressful condition. Then monitoring the stress, observe your experience and behavior closely and understand the circumstances which you find most stressful. आपको कब stress हो जाता है? Sometimes क्या होता है कि some of the teacher is very strict. She has insulted some lady or some girl in the class. जैसे वो गर्ल वो टीचर को देखती है उसको स्ट्रेस स्टार्ट हो जाता है, and people try to avoid that. So in such case, how to reduce the stress? So observe the physical, emotional, mental and behavioral effects of the stress. Some of the people try to get into the wrong habits of alcohol consumption, smoking, etc. Identify the stress conditions or events because of which the stress is coming. Avoid negative self talk. कई बार हम अपने आप को बहुत ही हमारे अपने बारे में we criticize ourselves. Sometimes we are self critic. So avoid that because कोई नहीं कह रहा, हम खुद ही कहते जा रहे हैं कि हम अच्छे नहीं है, हम खराब हैं, फलाने हैं. So don't do that and have some muscle relaxation. Let's go to the next slide. Go for some massages. It is available. It helps you to relieve from stress. Take help of counselor and teacher and wellness coach. Take help of relatives and friends. Talk to them so that they provide you the solution to come out the stress. Involve yourself into the social work. So when you are involved into the social work, you give something to somebody or you help somebody in such conditions, your stress get reduced. Next slide, please. These are some more stress management techniques. So get into the humor. Humor means fun, funny activities. That will also help you in reducing the stress. Emotional disclosure, talk to some of the people and you will get mentally and physically relaxed. Faith in religion. अपने धर्म में, अपने भगवान में विश्वास रखिए. जो पूरे संसार को चलाता है वो आपको भी हेल्प करेगा. Do the exercise regularly because exercising is loving your body. You have to love yourself to come out of the stress. अपने आप से प्यार कीजिए. I want to make my body beautiful and that's why I'm exercising. So if you do this, you come out of stress. Next slide. Nowadays, a lot of Ayurvedic interventions are also done. You can go for Ayurvedic, like Panchakarma is done, or some Ayurvedic medicines are given. So in such case, you can take Ayurvedic interventions. Ahar and Vihar. Ahar means food and Vihar means your activities. So you take full food with full of proteins and nutritions, lot of vegetables, lot of salads, have healthy food, reduce your salt and sugar, avoid junk food. It reduces your immunity and have regular exercise, leisure time, entertainment time. If you are not able to still get out of the stress, you can go for proper medication to the doctor. Next slide, please. This will take further 10 minutes. Will it be okay? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. This is, this previous slide, please. So what is communication? See, only God has given this ability to human beings that they speak something and others understand it. Animals are not able to communicate to each other. They have to do it through their body. They have to do some gestures or something. So communication is a process through which ideas, opinions, information, and feelings are exchanged in mutually understood language. Mutually understood language means which is language which is understood by the receiver as well as by the speaker. Both the people, when understand the common language, the communication is done into that language. And to have a common understanding by like getting these ideas and opinions. So communication can be done from by one individual to another individual. It can be done by one individual to many people, and it can be done by many people to individual. For example, if in a birthday party, so many people are gathered and they wish one person, so that is communication by many people to one person, to individual. And one group of people to another group of people can also be communicate with each other. For example, you are working in an organization and you are writing a mail to another company. That is one group of people to another group of people. That communication, that is also a communication. It is a social process in which parties exchanging information and sharing meaning. So this is a social process. Why? Because people are involved into it. One person is trying to communicate to others, so that's why it is a social process. Essentials are language skills, use of words and expression is important. So expressions are verbal and non-verbal skills. So you should have mastery on the language, you should have proper words to communicate properly, to have better communication skills. Your expressions also communicate. If you don't speak anything, your facial expressions, your body gestures, they also communicate. So have good body language, have proper gestures, have good facial expressions to communicate effectively. Communication with family members and public communications are also important with professional communication. So communication can also be professional as well as personal and to the public also. Next. Okay. So what happens, message to be sent is like prepared by the sender. He encodes means he construct the message. What I want to communicate is constructed, that is called encoding. So the sender, while sending the message, first of all he construct the message, he try to read it and try to find out, evaluate it, whether the receiver will understand the same meaning or not. Then he channelize it. Channelizing means sending it to the receiver. So it can be by email, it can be by post, it can be by verbal also, is also a channel for communicating the message. Then the message is received by the receiver and then he decodes it. So once message is received, so whether he is decoding in the same manner what the sender wants to communicate, is whether in the same way is it understood by the receiver, then it is called decoding. And then only the communication process completes once whatever sender wants to communicate is same way is understood by the receiver, then the communications is called effective communication. Next slide. In an organization, communication can be upward communication, downward communication, or lateral communication. Upward communication is flowing from the manager to the subordinate. When a manager writes a mail to his subordinate, it is called downward communication. Means a hierarchy is seen in the organization, that from which hierarchy the message is flowing to which level. If it is flowing from upward to downward, then it is called downward communication. Generally, when a manager passes some instructions or informations or some guidelines to his subordinates, message is flowing downward. Upward communication is generally done in the organization by a subordinate to his manager. When a subordinate want to pass on some reports to his superior or pass on some data to his superior, the communication flows from upward downward to upward. In such case, it is called upward communication because it is flowing upward. Lateral means the communication is passing horizontally, one employee to another employee with the same level. It is called lateral communication. Directional communication. Unidirectional communication means a person is sending you the communication, but you are not allowed to reply. Nowadays, in our emails or in our SMS, so many messages are coming where they can send us the message, but we are not able to reply to it. There is no option of reply. Such unidirectional communication are like a sand for their propaganda or popularizing or advertising about their company. So such are unidirectional communication means communication flows from one direction to another direction. Then we have got multidirectional communication. One person is sending messages to so many people, forwarding to so many people. That is called multidirectional communication. Next. Importance of internal communication. See, for any of the organization, when smooth functioning is required or want to enhance the productivity, communication plays a very, very important role. Wrong communication can create chaos in the organization. It may defeat the organization goals. It may reduce the productivity, and the organization may not be able to achieve the desired results. So communication plays a very, very vital role in any of the organization. It helps in sharing the information. It helps in sharing the task and directives, and express feelings from one level hierarchy to another hierarchy. It helps the organization to coordinate the employees. It helps the organization to have collaborative efforts to achieve organizational goals. So communication plays a very, very vital role in any of the organization. It promotes the culture of the organization. For example, many of the companies have got code of conduct. So code of conduct every employee has to follow. So this is code of conduct is like passed on by the top management to all the employees that you have to follow this code of conduct. So this enhances the culture of the organization. Next slide, please. Formal and informal communication. Formal communication is occurs in the organization across the hierarchies. It is written with formal words and representations, formal language. Dear sir, respected sir, thank you, thank you very much, yours faithfully, so and so words are used in formal communication. That can be from downward. It can be downward as well as upward, or from one person to another person horizontally. So it becomes a formal communication because it has got formal words and formal language. So language plays a very, very vital role in formal communication. Next. So in an organization, it is not only that formal communication is flowing, but sometimes informal communication also flows. It generally happens when one employee is talking to another employee, or one person is sending information to another person. So in such case, when it is not officially required actually, then it becomes an informal communication. And generally, this informal communication is called grapevine. What is grapevine? Grapevine means you might have seen a climber of grapes. वो अंगूर की जो बेल होती है, that like start from one end, then so many grapes are there, then they pile up the grapes, it becomes a bunch of grapes, then further it moves ahead, then again bunch of grapes. So the communication, generally like rumors, gossips, when they start from one end, then goes to another end, some of the people add some more information to it, pass on to other, and then it grows again. So this way it becomes a grapevine. And sometimes management also do informal communication to strengthen like employees relationships and all. So this is informal communication, and it happens in the organization. This happens everywhere. Gossips and rumors and all are happening, and that is informal communication. Next slide, please. Okay, so communication can be oral, written, or non-verbal. Non-verbal communication are signals and gestures. Oral communication, when we talk to somebody, it requires language skills and word skills. Written communication is written on the paper, like circulars are there, notices are there, reports are there, letters are there, memos are there. They are all written communication in any of the organization. And speeches, lectures, group discussions, interpersonal chatting, they are all oral communications. Next slide, please. Okay. These are advantages and disadvantages of oral communication. Oral communication is time friendly and less expensive. You can talk to somebody at any time. But when you talk to somebody anytime, there is lack of accountability. आपने बोल दिया, वो दिखता नहीं है. It goes. So less accountability is there. Then you get immediate feedback when you talk to somebody. If I want to take any decision, and I talk to somebody over phone, okay, you do this. So you get immediate feedback. But disadvantage is there is no legality. There is no written document for it that, okay, somebody said this. Then it enhances personal contact and cooperative spirit among the people. And disadvantages is that it may be a lengthy message. People talk a lot with each other. In oral communication, people persuade each other that this is my idea, I want to do this. So a person can talk to each other, they can persuade each other and take the decisions faster. While disadvantage is that it can be unnecessary talk or time waste also. Because of oral communication, people talk a lot and discuss a lot and may lead to somewhere else, and it wastes a lot of time. So oral communication can be used with varied audiences. One lectures and trainings and speeches. So when it is done by one person, it can be done at a time with several audiences. You can have so many people, and the communication can be delivered to so many people at a time. And on the advantage, it has a greater scope for error, because here oral communication is not having time to plan in advance. When you are talking to somebody, at that time, error may occur while speaking. So it has got greater scope for error. Speedy actions happen because of oral communication, and sometimes people forget कि कल तुमने क्या कहा था. It can be easily forgotten. Next slide, please. Generally, in organization, when the things are very important, we prefer to have written communication because written communication is considered more serious than oral communication. It has got permanent records. There is slow disadvantages are it takes a lot of time to write down the mail to somebody compared to oral communication. It requires a lot of time. Mass dissemination of information. If something is written, it spreads all over. If you talk to somebody, it will remain to that person. But if you write something, the message will spread over to everybody. It is lengthy and expensive. So it takes time to communicate to somebody, write a mail, and it requires some media to transfer it, like to channelize the communication. Written communication is suitable for long messages, but disadvantage is there that illiterate people who don't know how to read or write is disadvantage for such people. It allows forethought. You can think in advance and write down the message, communicate in writing. But it is possible that confidentiality of communication may not be maintained because it is mentioned on the paper, it is written somewhere. My slide, please. Hmm. The last topic, which is group discussion. So, group discussion is very nowadays has become an integral part of the selection process in any organization as well as in any professional institute. Why? Because the selectors, when they screen the resumes, when they take the entrance test, they cannot analyze certain of the qualities the candidates have. So group discussion is a tool to identify certain qualities of people. So in GD, what happens? Group discussion, the group of participants is there, and the selectors are there, and this group of participants are given one common topic, and they are asked to discuss it on the situation. And selectors are just watching the participants that what are they doing. So in the curtailing others. So these are all skills which are assessed during the group discussion, and interpersonal and professional communication also is assessed, whether the person is able to maintain group's goals and objective, whether he is supporting the group, and whether the person has got analytical skills, whether the participant is able to maintain his standpoint in the argument by giving logical reasons. So all these things come out when group discussions are done, and this provides a very good interpretation of participants while selection. So while doing, next slide, please. So, when a group of people are selected is required to be selected in an organization, then a group of people is invited for a formal discussion. They are given a topic, which is I have explained you. They are communicated the time in advance for the group discussion, 25 to 30 minutes, and the selection committee observe the group, and then they select the people out of it. Next slide, please. So these are some do's and don'ts in group discussion. Listen to others attentively. See, actually, group discussion, person has to maintain his behavior very, very respectful to others, very positive to others. You might possess the knowledge, but if you don't respect others, if you don't support others, in such case, selectors may eliminate you. So listen to others. That's why we have learned about the skills, listening skills, communicating skills, brainstorming skills, like time management skills. These all skills are observed in group discussion. So while doing group discussion, you have to keep all the skills in your mind, and the the selector will assess all these skills. So be cautious when you are into the group discussion mode. So listen to others attentively and try to enter into the discussion at the early stage. Don't just sit and watch calmly in a very passive manner. Get into the discussion with all the respect. Communicate with confidence. Don't just boast anything. Communicate with confidence and with the relevance of the topic. Stay relevant to the topic. See, be unique and innovative with your views and words. Whatever ideas or suggestions, if you are giving in the group discussions, give some new ideas that this has come to my mind. Do ask pertinent questions, ask proper questions, use dignified language and positive body language. If you see the discussion is going out of focus, try to bring it on the track. That is also one of the major qualities of any of the employees, that you remain goal focused. Do collaboration and support instead of competing with each other, and remain confident and interested. So don't impose your views to others. Don't keep silent. Don't make personal comments on anybody, or don't deviate from the subject. Don't interrupt when other person are speaking, and stay away from abusive language, or don't try to get into aggressive mode. Don't give any instructions to others. All the participants are equal in the group discussion. Next slide, please. Here are some helpful phrases given. When you want to state your opinion, you can say, in my view, I want to do this. Or in my opinion, this should be like that. I believe into this, or I tend to think. This is some helpful phrases given in the you can use in the group discussion. When you want to interrupt somebody, you can say, sorry to interrupt. If I may interrupt, or you can say, excuse me. If you are into the agreement with others, you can say, absolutely, you are absolutely right. Exactly, I was also thinking like this, and I agree with you. When you are into disagreement with somebody, in such case, I think I have got a different opinion, or I think differently. I don't really think so. So this is expressing disagreement in a respectful manner. Moving the discussion on, can we go to think about this or that? If you want to continue the discussion, I think we should now move on to consider so and so. When you want to make suggestion, you can give your suggestions in this way. I suggest that we can do like this, or we could have done this, or it might be worth if you do for this. This way you can suggest your opinions. Next slide, please. This is what we have seen. The assessors or the selectors team will assess you or the group participants on their language for communication, how much is the depth of knowledge they possess, what is their persuading or convincing capacity to others, ability to navigate through the continuous arguments and facts. So whether they are able to get into and trying to evaluate the arguments, they should they assess your body language, they assess whether you are listening actively, attentively, intelligent, and whether you are analyzing and talking intelligently. So a person should be like whether you are assertive and initiating the things, taking up the discussion forward, then whether you have got a leadership quality to streamline the things while having the discussion, to make a collaboration in the discussion, and to support the people. So whether you have got an ability to perform under the pressure and maturity to conduct oneself appropriately, whether you are able to perform better and do not take stress. That is all is assessed in the group discussion. Next slide, please. Thank you. Thank you very much for listening me. Next slide. Okay, if you have got any questions.
Now we would like to proceed with question answer section of session 1. On behalf of all the participants, I would like to request Ms. Dhwani Chauhan, student from BBA LLB second year, to represent few selected questions which are collected from various participants due to time constraint.
Okay.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Good
Thank you for
afternoon,
sharing
Dhwani.
such. Thank you, ma'am, and thank you for sharing such beautiful and deep knowledge about listening.
It's my pleasure to be here.
Yes, ma'am. I have some questions regarding your sessions,
Yeah.
and it is like, ma'am, I want to ask how we should initiate a good communication, like on the basic level also and on the professional level also. Like some people don't speak much when
Yes.
we are in a group discussion or in a personal communication. So, ma'am, how we should initiate the communication with them?
So, see, some of the people, they are like passive people. Some of the people are active people. So generally what is seen, the passive people, they don't speak because might be a language barrier. They might be feeling that, okay, I will not be able to speak in English, or they might be having less confidence. They might be having lacking of knowledge, or might be having like low self esteem. In such case, such people don't speak. They try to avoid speaking and they speak less. In such case, Dhwani, what is required, you bring such person into a comfort zone. Tell him or her that no problem, you can speak in Gujarati, because we all understand Gujarati or Hindi, whatever it is. So just try to open up the person, give him some comfort or some cushion so that the person can speak. And in such case, if the person is giving wrong answer or wrong suggestion, don't try to stop him or curtail him. Try to appreciate first, that open him up or her up to speak. And once he builds the confidence of speaking, she will start speaking. So let her speak. Generally in India, what is the problem I have seen? people have got tongue tied. People are not able to speak in English, and that is the biggest reason people don't speak. And
Yes.
they make language as a barrier, and it blocks them for speaking. So allow people, appreciate your people, and then ask her to practice it at home. We have all got tongue tied for English. Generally people cannot speak in English because they don't, their tongue is not habituated to speak in English. हम हमारी मातृभाषा जो भी घर में वो हम कितना आराम से बोलते हैं, है ना, उसके लिए
Correct,
हमको
ma'am.
एफर्ट नहीं लगाना पड़ता है। और इंग्लिश बोलने के लिए हमको कॉन्शियसली बोलना पड़ता है। क्यों? बिकॉज अवर ब्रेन इज नॉट हैबिचुएटेड। So we should not speak, we are not speaking by tongue, we are speaking by brain, our mind. So think in English. हम क्या करते हैं, गुजराती में सोच के उसको इंग्लिश ट्रांसलेशन करते हैं, या हिंदी में सोच के इंग्लिश ट्रांसलेशन करते हैं। डोंट डू दैट। थिंक इन इंग्लिश एंड स्पीक इन इंग्लिश। Let it be wrong, no problem at all, but remove that block. And you support
Sure, ma'am.
others to remove this block, and I'm sure everybody can speak in this world. Okay,
Yes,
my dear,
ma'am.
next question.
Ma'am, you said about listening properly and doing only just focus on the one type of activity, like if we are listening to something. But ma'am, we all heard about the stories of Sherlock Holmes. I mean, he used to do multitasking. He used to listen. He used to work. So, what about the multitasking and doing only listening skill? How do we connect that multitasking to it?
See, don't get into the multitasking. First of all, nobody can do multitasking in this world. If you are focused, it is harmonizing the activities. It is harmonizing the activities. Harmonizing means when you are doing one thing, you are concentrating on one thing. When you are doing the second thing, you are concentrating on second thing. So that is called harmonizing of things. See, when you are listening a music, you are eating, you can eat. You can eat or not?
Yes, ma'am.
You can. Why? Because physically you are doing the activity of eating, mentally you are listening the music. So your body's two different parts are working on two different things, right? I cannot just
Yes.
focus on writing and I cannot focus on doing something else. If I'm writing, I'm writing. So my brain focus on one thing only. Multitasking is not a right word. It is focusing on many activities at one time. So that can be very well adopted. While listening, if you think something else, it is not listening, it becomes hearing.
Yes,
Am I
ma'am.
right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay.
And ma'am, you said about the brainstorming thing. Like
Yes.
when we are in the presentation or when we are in the group discussion, we start thinking about a lot of things in our mind. But
Yes.
sometimes when due to that brainstorming only, we distract ourselves from the
Hmm.
main topic or the point. From how to
Yes.
control our brain in that situation.
Okay. So when you are doing the brainstorming, right? If you are doing it individually or you are doing it in the group.
Ma'am, it can be in the both the situation, like mostly in the group discussion only, like in friends, like informal meetings, when we start discussing about a topic, like in the group study, and then we
Okay.
start talking, and we went to the another topic only, which is not related
Okay.
to the study only.
Okay. So next time, keep one person as a whistleblower,
Sure, ma'am.
right? Whistleblower is a person who whistles when you get into other thing. So वो सिटी बजा देगा या तो आपको अलर्ट कर देगा कि you are getting into some other things. So in such case, you can maintain the flow of discussion into one direction, because this happens with everybody. You are deviating into various directions and the main topic is set aside, kept aside. So
Exactly, ma'am.
next time एक रेफरी को रख लेना जब आप डिस्कशन करेंगे, एंड एक टाइम कीपर को रख लेना, दो जन को रख लेना. Whistleblower will continuously monitor that the the discussion is going into a proper direction, and timekeeper will see that it is done in time.
Sure, ma'am. And these were the questions I was having regarding your sessions.
Thank you.
And thank you, ma'am, for solving the doubts and sharing such a great knowledge.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to be here on this platform.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Dhwani. Once again, thank you, madam. Your presence and wise word help in magnifying our cause in the best possible way. All thanks for all your enlightened words. Thank you. Uh,
It's
before
my
con-
pleasure.
Thank you, ma'am. Before concluding our today's first session, I would request uh, all the participants to fill feedback link available in your official mail ID. Now, I would like to request Ms. Dikshita Suthar, madam, from Anand Law College for introducing our second guest speaker for session 2.
Thank you very much, Nikita ma'am. This task of introducing our speaker for the session 2 is a good privilege. So, Dr. Rekha Kumari Singh, ma'am, is an acclaimed academician who has obtained her law degrees from Sardar Patel University, Vidyanagar, with gold medals in both ILB and LLM courses in years 2007 and 2009, respectively. Subsequently, she pursued her PhD from Vietnam South Gujarat University, Surat. She is having a wide experience of teaching in various law courses at different universities such as Maharaja Sajirao University and Sardar Patel University with an experience of around 12 years. Will must be stronger than the skill is the mantra. She has firmly believed and has demonstrated the same in being the founder and the first principal of Anand College of Legal Studies. She has also been awarded as the best research paper presenter in international and national conferences. She has also published more than 35 research papers in national and international journals. She is a social activist and has also rendered her services in different areas with the purpose of social development and giving back to the society. She is also faculty and panel at CED Government of Gujarat. And proud to share, recently she has appointed as in charge in Faculty of Law, Sardar Patel University. Being an army wife, she has traveled to the different parts of the country, interacted with numerous people, and experienced various facets of life, which has further made her strong, different, and cut about the rest. She has also got the opportunity to know and understand the functioning of certain corporate offices in India while dealing with them through workshops and business development activities. And enthusiastic social worker, she is also associated with a number of NGOs like JCI and Madhuvan Foundation, wherein she has conducted a number of events and workshops. Her 15 years of experience in the field of education and mentoring coupled with versatility has made her powerful speaker who connects to the audience very quickly and motivates them to attain their desired goals and objectives. So, ma'am, I'm handing over the platform to you. Please enlighten us.
Thank you so much, Dikshita ma'am, for kind words and introduction. I'm really overwhelmed because it is always putting effort and the recognition. I think it is a constant effort which is considered by every human being in their life. So, thank you so much. Yes, it is indeed an honor for me to be part of this program, which is sponsored by National Commission for Women. That is on the topic that is capacity building and personality development program, which I feel that is considered to be need of an hour, especially once we are in the 21st century and moving towards digitalization. We are moving towards number of development. So I really feel it is really great initiative by National Commission for Women that how we can actually contribute to uplift the especially the female young students, because if we are empowering the like girls, which is again considered to be the largest population of our country, So that is going to contribute in the development of the nation. And as you know, as you all are the law student, that it's very important that if you want to see the development of the nation, it is both the gender, they need to given the equal status, equal opportunity, and equal growth. So I know it's like my co-colleague has wonderfully delivered the session, and it was really a lot of learning and takeaways which were there. And I think although the time constraint, I have 1.5 hour, but again I have to restrict myself because the I think the break we should go almost by 2 o'clock, and then we will have 1.5 sorry 1 hour, and thereafter the third session, and the third trainer will commence his session. So not wasting much of time, let me share my PPT, and once it is visible, please do let me know. I hope it is visible. I hope it is visible to everyone.
Yes, ma'am, it is visible.
Okay, and I am audible as well, right? Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. So, yes, already I have discussed the topic that today we are going to talk about capacity building and personality development program, in which the first module already the ma'am has taken into consideration, and I'm going to
Anand.
talk about the professional career skills. Okay, and there will be like 1.5 hour session, which I'm going to cover the entire module in this, that is 1.5 hour. Very, very important that I truly believe in this quote, that knowledge is potential, action is power. Now there are three type of people. One, that is almost 60%, who normally criticize others. They criticize that these people are not doing good, or ये अच्छा नहीं कर रहे या गलत कर रहे हैं. So that is comes in the 60%. Now let's take the other percent is 39%. Now 39% people in this world, normally they are a smooth talker, means they are the balancer, but again they are more of talking. Okay, and friends, there is only 1% people who actually uh, contribute, not in terms of just knowledge, but implementing the knowledge into action. And that's why it is said that uh, that is uh, uh, action must be louder than your words. And once we do, because it is like, we have to observe कि हम किस इस तीन कैटेगरी में आते हैं, whether we criticize, second whether we are just talking, or third whether we are just taking action. Now why this quote relevant with this, that is context, because most of the time आप लोगों ने देखा होगा, एवरीथिंग इज नॉलेज इज आप देखो गूगल पे यू गेट लॉट ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन. We are actually knowing and learn also कि हाँ ये चीज करते हैं तो ये चीज होगा. But you know what is the biggest challenge, and that's why the successful people, like they are not able to do it, or unsuccessful people because they are not able to take action. So, friends, whatever session you are attending, you have already attended, you are going to attend, it's very important, not for the sake of just attending the session. You will get the knowledge, but it's more about, it's like, implementing the knowledge what you have acquired today. So, with this note, I truly believe that you all will, not only just learn the knowledge, okay, you will implement it. And that's why the successful people, that is only 1% people who actually take action. And already I've said that action must be louder than words. So actually I've kept one activity, like just let me stop it first. नहीं, आई एम नॉट एबल टू सी यू ऑल, ओके, बट आपको करना क्या है, बिकॉज ऑलरेडी यू आर लाइक सिटिंग फॉर 2 hours. सो आपको करना ये है कि आपको यू हैव टू थिंक कि आप 30, नॉट 30, लेट्स अज्यूम 24 seconds में हाउ मच क्लैप यू कैन डू इट. ओके, अगेन आई रिपीट कि आप 24 seconds में क्लैप कितने बार कर सकते हैं, पहले आपको अपने दिमाग में सोचना है. ठीक है, एंड जब आपने सोच लिया है, आई विल गिव यू 2 seconds टू जस्ट थिंक इट रैंडमली. ऐसा नहीं है कि वो परफेक्ट फिगर होगा. ठीक है, एंड देन वंस आई स्टार्ट विद दिस टाइमर यू हैव टू डू इट. ओके, एंड once you will do it, I would like to hear from any of the one that is candidate कि आपने उसमें क्या डिफरेंस पाया, जो सोचा था, जो जितना सोचा था उतना किया या उससे ज्यादा. व्हाट वाज द डिफरेंस? ओके, सो आई होप एवरीवन इज रेडी. यू हैव थिंक कि हम 24 सेकेंड्स में कितने बार क्लैप कर सकते हैं. दैट इज व्हाट द एक्सरसाइज इज. ओके, सो लेट मी स्टार्ट. एंड yes, now you have to do it very fast. Okay, ऐसा स्लो स्लो नहीं करना है. you have to be very fast, very active. you have to give full energy. Okay, and I'm not able to see you, but I can visualize ki how you people are doing. Okay, great. So it's only last 2 1, that's it. Great. So anyone can like to share me कि जितना आपने सोचा था उससे ज्यादा किया, उससे कम किया या उतना ही किया. Anyone, can anyone share, unmute and they can share just anyone.
It was more than we thought.
It was more than what you have thought. Agree, totally agree. And friends, it happens in our life that we are constraining ourselves, we are underestimating ourselves in our mind because of our mind pattern, and then we are not coming out from that कि नहीं बस इतना ही कर सकते हैं. Okay, so before we are going to get all the knowledge, let me tell you, you all have lot of potential. Okay, lot of energy, lot of strength. So don't underestimate yourself first of all. तो आज की तारीख में पहली चीज जो सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है जो आपके डिक्शनरी से आपको हटानी है, दैट इज whatever you are going to do in your professional career, there should not be constraint, there should not be any boundaries. आप बाउंड्री नहीं बना सकते, बिकॉज अगर आपने बाउंड्री बना दी आप उसके बाहर जाएंगे ही नहीं. ओके, सो विद दिस एक्टिविटी आई थिंक यू पीपल हैव ऑब्जर्व कि सच में अगर हम कोई भी चीज को ठान लेते हैं, कोई भी चीज करना है, तो यू कैन ऑटोमेटिकली do it. Okay, so what is the norms of session? Because everything has certain norms. Now what I have kept is please don't switch on audio until needed. जैसे मैंने भी request किया, तो you people have and you are really wonderful and fantastic people actually. Okay, second is please be attentive. Already मैम ने इतना अच्छा सुनाया है कि active listener is very very important. आज के दुनिया में सबसे ज्यादा वही हर्डल है जो मैम ने बहुत सुनकर समझा है कि मोस्ट ऑफ टाइम वी वांट टू स्पीक बट वी डोंट वांट टू लिसन. सो प्लीज, द सेशन इज फॉर लर्निंग, सो वी हैव टू बी अटेंटिव. एंड वंस आई टेल अटेंटिव, यू नीड टू राइट नोट्स, बिकॉज द मोमेंट यू विल राइट नोट्स, आप इंफॉर्मेशन जो है वो ज्यादा ग्रैब कर पाएंगे. एंड बिकॉज आफ्टर 3 सेशन यू विल हैव वन टेस्ट. वो एक लिंक दिया जाएगा MCQ का, जिसके आधार पर आपको टेस्ट देना होगा. एंड देन you will get the certification from the government that is of India, and that will be skill based. So आप कोई भी job में जाते हो, कहीं भी जाते हो, it will be very very useful. So please write notes, not just attending a lecture method. Okay, most important, give your 100%. Okay, the moment you give your 100%, you enjoy the learning, and when you enjoy the learning, the outcome, the results are higher. Okay, ये जो मेरा सेशन है, आई एम गोइंग टू एक्सप्रेस इन इंग्लिश एंड हिंदी. ओके, एंड द सेशन ऑलरेडी आई सेड इट विल बी 1.5 an hour, and questions will be answered at the end of the session. So I hope all of you are ready, right? So these are the various rules for the session. Now like what is the learning objective of the session? नाउ सबसे पहले कि हम लोग समझने की कोशिश करेंगे जो आप लोगों को लर्न करना है, समझना है कि भाई करियर क्या होता है, करियर अपॉर्चुनिटीज, किसको कहते हैं, हमारे स्ट्रेंथ एंड वीकनेसेस क्या है, राइट? सो यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड ऑल दीज थिंग्स, ओके, अंडर द फर्स्ट पार्ट। सेकेंड पार्ट कि आपको यू विल गेट द स्किल लर्निंग कि किस तरह से रिज्यूम हमें बनाना है, एंड रिज्यूम हमारा अलाइन होना चाहिए कि जो हमारे करियर अपॉर्चुनिटीज को हमें चाहिए, ओके। सो दैट आई एक्सप्लेन यू विद एग्जांपल्स। थर्ड कि वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड कि जब हम कोई भी जॉब के लिए जा रहे हैं तो हाउ टू फेसेस द इंटरव्यू, क्या मिस्टेक्स हमें नहीं करनी चाहिए, कैसे अवॉइड करना चाहिए। सो दीज थिंग्स वी आर गोइंग टू लर्न। एंड लास्टली that we need to incorporate the very very deliver effective presentation. So these are the four learning objective for this session. Already I have said that there are these are the three. So ये जो तीनों जो चीजें मैंने बताई, चारों चीजें, उसको हमने 30 मिनट्स में डिवाइड किया है, जिसमें आइडेंटिफाई करियर अपॉर्चुनिटीज में हमने वी विल ट्राई टू आइडेंटिफाई कि व्हाट आर द करियर अपॉर्चुनिटीज, बिकॉज टुडे आवर टारगेट ऑडियंस इज टोटली लॉ। सो आई हैव आइडेंटिफाई कि आप लोगों की नीड के हिसाब से कि व्हाट शुड बी अप्रोच फॉर आइडेंटिफाइंग द जॉब्स, okay। And the second is again understanding the resume, understanding the curriculum, then understanding sorry, not curriculum, it's like a CV, which is said CV, sorry, it is a written mistake, and essentials of resume and do's and don'ts. And lastly, that once we understand, we have prepared the resume, then we have to give the interview and we have to give effective presentation. So our first module, which talks about identifying career opportunities. Now, जैसे आप लोग ये वर्ड सुनते हैं, what do you understand? Normally, you know, we always said, जैसे मैडम ने भी दिखाया, different, you know, category, okay? Different मतलब health है आपका, career है आपका, like you have a family, you have a society, okay? And we all need to balance in this all wheel of life. Now very very important, because we always says कि अगर हम you know mentally physically और हमारी जो रिस्पेक्ट है, हमारी जो स्टडीज के हिसाब से हमें जो जॉब मिली है, इफ वी आर getting everything automatically, that helps us to grow. So today our focus will be on professional skills, so we are going to connect with the career job, okay? So let's understand what is a career. Now when we say career, career क्या है कि कोई भी प्रोफेशन, ठीक है, कोई भी प्रोफेशन में आप जाएंगे, whether you, for example, today all the students are from law, so you will all normally fall under the category of legal profession. So legal profession के लिए you will acquire certain training, certain, you know, that is criteria for getting into that profession, okay? So normally whenever any person decide कि मुझे इस करियर में या इस फील्ड में जाना है, दैट व्हाट आई अडॉप्ट, एंड उसके हिसाब से दैट थ्रू आउट माई लाइफ, ओके, वी आर गोइंग टू टेक इट, ठीक है। सेकेंड इज कि इट इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि जो करियर है इट इज कनेक्टेड विद द एम्प्लॉयमेंट, you know that we are getting the job, maybe you can be entrepreneur, you can be you know legal pro bono that you are doing yourself, okay? So it depends upon in what field you are and what career, that is options you are choosing. Third is, it is, you know, if we have to give formula, अगर हमें formula देना है तो career is equal to sum total of various jobs a person may hold during his or her lifetime. मतलब कि आप अपने lifetime में जितने भी that is equal to career, okay? And the most important कि why career is important, because ये हमारी एक लाइवलीहुड जो है उसके ऊपर डिपेंड करती है, इसलिए सबसे ज्यादा फोकस, बिकॉज यू नो हम लोग ऐसा कहते हैं कि पॉकेट में पैसे हैं, देन वी गेट अ कॉन्फिडेंस, ओके? सो इफ वी हैव अ गुड जॉब, वी हैव अ गुड अर्निंग, then automatically our livelihood, our you know the lifestyle, everything actually depends on that. So it's very important that कि अगर कोई भी आप करियर, because I feel that it's very important to understand कि भाई क्यों जरूरी है हमें करियर, है ना, व्हाई इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। एंड उसमें एक सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है दो टर्मिनोलॉजी, दैट इज करियर पाथ एंड करियर गोल। नाउ यू नो, आप जब भी कोई भी प्रोफेशन में जाओगे, ओके, सो उसका एक एंट्री लेवल से आपको एक जर्नी जो आपको पहुंचनी है, मतलब व्हाट यू वांट टू अचीव। फॉर एग्जांपल, इफ द स्टूडेंट्स टुडे दे हैव अ गोल, करियर गोल, किसी को शायद लॉयर बनना होगा, किसी को कॉर्पोरेट लॉयर बनना होगा, किसी को they want to be legal advisor of the government, maybe some of the people they want to go in judiciary. So everyone has a different sets that they want to achieve. Now that is your career goal, but when you want to achieve that goal, तो उसके लिए जब आप उस पाथ से जाते हैं, मतलब ट्रैवल करते हैं, जिसमें नंबर ऑफ ट्रेनिंग्स, नंबर ऑफ एक्सपीरियंस, जब ये सारी चीजों का समावेश होता है, then we consider it's like career path and career goal. Okay, so I hope that what is a career is clear to everyone. Now girls, this is one of the girl, she's staying at Delhi. Okay, and when I talk about, just a minute, yeah, when I talk about her name is Gargi. Okay, and she has graduated from non collegiate of women education board from Delhi University. Now उसने अभी कंप्लीट किया है, एंड शी वांट टू परस्यू, बिकॉज एवरीवन हैज अ ड्रीम, तो शी इज जस्ट लुकिंग कि अभी मुझे आई हैव जस्ट कंप्लीटेड माय ग्रेजुएशन, नाउ व्हाट नेक्स्ट, अब मुझे क्या करना है, अब मुझे आगे मैं क्या करूंगी। ओके, सो शी इज and her interest ki she want to pursue her career as a receptionist in a hospital. Okay, so she's thinking and she's, you know, finding out. So as a friend, for example, you are friend of her, now you tell me कि अगर उसको ये job चाहिए as a career, what she need to understand, what she need to find out, and what she need to follow the career path. Can anyone tell and unmute and tell the answer? Anyone? अगर आप उसके फ्रेंड हो और उसको ये करियर चूज करना है, तो उसके माइंड में अभी क्लैरिटी नहीं है, तो आप उसको क्या सजेस्ट करोगे कि क्या क्या चीजों का ध्यान देना है, क्या क्या चीजें देखनी पड़ेंगी, क्या क्या चीज ये जॉब करने के लिए, एक्वायर करने के लिए करना पड़ेगा? व्हाट यू विल सजेस्ट हर? एनीवन? इट्स वेरी सिंपल.
Her passion about the subject she is choosing and the different fields in she want to go in the hospital. Like if she want to go in orthopedic, then orthopedic hospitalist, or if she want to go an ENT, then she needs to find there all that thing.
वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड. सो पहली चीज, एक चीज इंपॉर्टेंट है कि वो जॉब क्या ढूंढ रही है. अगर आप कैची वर्ड पढ़ोगे, रिसेप्शनिस्ट इन हॉस्पिटल, and when I say receptionist in hospital means she need to find out the hospital where there is a vacancy, right? Agree. Second, ki whether she is eligible for that job, so what is her minimum qualification or education for this post. Okay, second, कि क्या उसके essential skills क्या होने चाहिए. Like for example, I am sitting as a receptionist. Okay, what should be my skills? Like I should be active listener. Okay, I should be attentive, I should be polite, right? So there are few like skills as well as their communication skills which is required for this job. Agree? Okay, and once she acquire these basic elements, then she need to go for ki where are the job vacancies are there, then she need to apply, and afterwards when she is applying, she has to appear for interview, and once she is appearing for interview, then she need to be successful for achieving this job. Okay, agree everyone? Yes, yes everyone. Okay,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
uh, I think everyone has, like, you know, there are constraint ki we have muted everyone because otherwise it is creating a lot of disturbance. But yeah, I assume that you people have helped her or guided her as well as understood ki how, when any person in that particular state, how to choose the career and after once you are knowing the career, you are knowing कि किस तरह से उसको help करना है और किस तरह से she needs to understand. Okay, now second word comes, that is career opportunities. Okay, what is career opportunity? Now career opportunity इसको कहते हैं कि जब हम कोई भी जॉब या कोई भी करियर में, ओके, वी वांट टू लुकिंग फॉर जॉब एम्प्लॉयमेंट, ओके, एंड मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट कि जिस पोजीशन पे है उस पोजीशन पे ही नहीं चाहिए, because every want to grow. So when we want to grow we need to get a higher position. And when I say higher position, let me understand you कि for example अगर गर्गी रिसेप्शनिस्ट अगर जॉब लेती है, ओके, एंड वो सेम हॉस्पिटल में अगर काम कर रही है, and if she want to change her job, what she will be requiring if she want to get a shift? So first she required the experience, because experience होगा तो her डेजिग्नेशन विल ऑल्सो बी मतलब एक लेवल ऊपर जाएगा, जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव सेक्रेटरी, इट मे बी उसके बाद अगर ऊपर और जाएगा तो ऑफिस मैनेजर, बिकॉज देन people will be under working under her guidance for regulating the that is office manager as an officer manager, and thereafter then she has number of other opportunity which she can lead कि भाई इसमें एंट्री लेवल से हायर लेवल पे क्या क्या है और कैसे कैसे करना है, उसके लिए मुझे क्या क्या चाहिए. सो करियर अपॉर्चुनिटी इज लाइक कि उस पर्टिकुलर फील्ड में व्हाट आर द अदर ऑप्शंस, अदर बेटर ऑप्शंस, बेसिक लेवल ऑप्शंस, एंड फर्दर उसके बाद क्या क्या चीजें मुझे मिलेंगी. सो and it is not a one time process. For example, let me share you ki when I have started my journey, I started journey as a lawyer, okay, lekin after 2 years I really felt that no, this is something I'm facing lot of challenges. As my daughter, I'm not able to give her time. Second, my husband is not posted. So what I thought, no, what are the other opportunities as what I'm qualified, as I'm like for that particular job. So I've chosen academic as an academician. Okay, so then I started my journey as academician in MS University. Okay, so it is a continuous process. It is not कि आज हो गया और कल खत्म. Okay, so it's like continuous process हमें, because we want to grow, we want to again get the better post, better salaries, better position, etc. So when we need to identify career opportunities, we have to match with education qualification and experience that particular time. For example, you have seen कि कितने सारे ऐसे जॉब्स में जब वैकेंसी निकलती है तो उसमें लिखा होता है कि ये डिग्री चाहिए और उसके साथ क्या चाहिए, दे रिक्वायर्ड दिस मच ऑफ एक्सपीरियंस. ओके, सो अगर आपका 2 महीना भी अगर एक्सपीरियंस उसमें कम पड़ रहा है तो यू कैन नॉट अप्लाई, यू कैन नॉट डू दैट. ओके, सो when when it comes to identifying the career opportunity, like I've given you example of Gargi, who is staying in Delhi and she's looking for the job as a receptionist. So that was a present job, right? And when she want to get into future development, which already I have shared you, that is the one is, yes, she want to be administrative secretary, she may be office manager, she may be that is office manager. So there are number of other opportunity which she can get it when it comes to future perspective. Okay, so let's understand, because from your perspective now I want to help you that how to identify career opportunities. And when we say career opportunities, first we need to do self assessment. हमारे लिए दूसरा कोई आके नहीं करेगा, पहले हमें हमारा नॉलेज क्या है, हमारा एक्सपीरियंस क्या है, what we have done and what we want to look for, we want to understand ourselves. So the first process is self assessment, जिसमें हमको 4 चीजों को समझना बहुत जरूरी है. Now when I say education self assessment, उसमें 4 चीजें क्या आती हैं. The first is education qualification, educational qualification. Now what is educational qualification? For example, you people are pursuing law, maybe 3 years law, maybe 5 years law, maybe LLM. Okay, so you people fall under कि भाई अभी पहले तो मेरी education qualification ये है, और then you have to identify कि what is the job which I am looking for, what is the job. Okay, so there are number of actually opportunity. For example, if I tell you कि judicial magistrate first class, okay, so you need to understand कि उसके लिए minimum qualification that you must pass. Okay, for example, if you want to go for practice, you know कि पहले उसकी basic element क्या चाहिए, that you need to be passed, and second that कि जब आप वो आप आपकी डिग्री लें, डिग्री के बाद यू हैव टू अपीयर फॉर बार काउंसिल ऑफ इंडिया एग्जामिनेशन, एंड वंस यू क्लियर देन यू विल गेट द that is sanat, that is for practicing in any court of law. Okay, so that is what the education qualification. Now I have mentioned specifically ki prescribed for the job that is advertised. Now when I say prescribed for the job that is advertised, मतलब नॉर्मली जब आप लोग देखोगे कि एडवर्टाइजमेंट जब आप पढ़ोगे तो उसमें स्पेसिफिकली लिखा है, तो क्या वो मैच कर रहा है, whether I fall under that category, whether it matches or not. So that is what the first self assessment you need to do. Second, already I mentioned about the experience. Now when we say experience, it's very important कि आपने जो भी जॉब लिया उसके लिए बेसिक एलिमेंट एक्सपीरियंस. फॉर एग्जांपल कि अगर आप डिस्ट्रिक्ट जज के लिए अप्लाई कर रहे हैं तो यू नो दैट यू रिक्वायर्ड 7 years, minimum 7 years of experience. So you have to pre-qualified for that particular job. Okay. Third, the interest. The most important, you know, what is the challenge in today's time? Most of the student, when I do counseling, I ask you why you have chosen this field or that is a group or profession. People they कि मम्मी ने बोला, पापा ने बोला, मेरा फ्रेंड ने बोला या मेरे फ्रेंड ने लिया. Boss, this is your life. Now it's not important. Like for, let me tell you frankly, कि when I was practicing, that is something I was inspired by my father. But when I started teaching, I really felt that it is really giving me lot of interest, lot of happiness, and I'm enjoying the journey. It's very important. Okay, so and it depends upon your personality type. Okay, now what is your personality type? There are different types of personality. जिसका there is one test. I will share you the link as well. जिसमें आप उसको जब भरोगे उसके उसके बाद ऑटोमेटिकली दे विल रिकमेंड यू कि which job or which you know job should be suitable as per your personality. For example, if I am introvert and I want to be the field of lawyer. Now friends, if I'm introvert and I'm not outspoken, if I'm not able to express, then how this these job and my personality are matching? Okay, so we need to understand how we are matching these two things. Fourth, that is skills. Now, when we say skills, every profession requires specific sets of skills. Now, most you know that today mostly I'll talk about law because I think audience entire audience is from law. If you are in the legal field, trust me, there are a lot of gap. Now, why there is a gap? जब हम पढ़ते हैं और जब हम कोर्ट में जाते हैं, there are two different things. We do not have skills. We have just knowledge. And once we need to implement, we required number of practice, number of skills, number of trainings, which somewhere we are facing the challenge. And that's why we have come up with number of skills training. For example, those who are interested in civil practice, उनके लिए ये certificate course है. Please do and learn that. Same manner, criminal practice. Same manner, if you want to go for arbitration, if you want to go for income tax practice. So you require that skills to learn, to execute and to implement that for getting the success in that profession. So आपको ये 4 पैरामीटर समझना है कि ये 4 पैरामीटर मेरे उस जॉब के हिसाब से या जॉब प्रोफाइल के लिए what I'm looking into, whether it is matching or not. So today now we have an activity time. Okay, now what you people have to do, I'll put it timer, but before that आपको एक blank sheet of paper लेना है जिसमें you have to put it 5 columns. Okay, now 5 columns. पहला educational qualification क्या है आपका, second experience, third job आपका location, fourth interest, and fifth is skills. Okay, so for example जो भी आपकी qualification है, higher qualification लिखना है. अभी आप for example if you are like pursuing, so you write it pursuing BLLB or BBLLB or LLB or LLM. Okay, or otherwise if you are LLM you have to mention LLB LLM pursuing पहला क्योंकि वो higher degree है. फिर आपको लिखना है आपका undergraduate, and अगर आपका कोई डिप्लोमा या कोई vocational course किया आपने या कोई value added, जैसे ये जो आप लोग कर रहे हो आज, वो आप लोग अपने प्रोफाइल में डाल सकते हो. ओके, सेकंड इज एक्सपीरियंस. नाउ फॉर एग्जांपल दोस डिस्पाइट यू आर स्टडीइंग, आपके पास एक ऑप्शन होता है इंटर्नशिप. सो अभी अगर आप फ्रेशर हैं तो यू कैन राइट दैट एक्सपीरियंस एज अ फ्रेशर कि ये चीज मैंने यहाँ पे इंटर्नशिप की थी, वो एक्सपीरियंस आई हैव। ओके, जॉब लोकेशन वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। अभी मैं रहती हूँ वडोदरा में, मुझे जॉब चाहिए वडोदरा में, ठीक है, आई कांट शिफ्ट, आई कांट कम्यूट। सो इन दैट केस इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू अंडरस्टैंड कि मैं किस जगह पे जॉब ढूंढ रही हूँ, किस जगह पे मुझे चाहिए। ओके, एंड फोर्थ इज इंटरेस्ट, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि मुझे किस टाइप का उसमें इंटरेस्ट है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल कुछ लोगों को दे इंजॉय मोर ऑफ office working, so they go for legal, like legal advisor for the company, or they want to work in the company. Okay, but few people they enjoy, like litigation in the court of law, so they want to go for such type of interest. So you have to decide कि मुझे क्या interest है, and most important, the last is what is your skills, what are the skills you have. For example, as a lawyer, if you are looking for that particular job, you need to understand कि मुझे बेसिक नॉलेज होना चाहिए कंप्यूटर का, मेरे कम्युनिकेशन स्किल सही होने चाहिए, ठीक है। मुझे ढूंढना आना चाहिए, सर्च, मेरा लीगल रिसर्च अच्छा होना चाहिए। I must know how to find out the legal judgment which is propounded latest by the Supreme Court and High Court of that particular state. So ये सारे skills आपको आने चाहिए। So this is what I have given you the rough idea. Now I request everyone to take the paper. Okay, just you write, the first is education qualification, then experience, then job location, then interest, and then skill. Okay, now what you have to do, you have to write in this way। okay, so like you can write it कि first of all ऊपर आप goal लिख लेना, because once you write the goal it will be very clear to you that this is what you are looking, and उसके हिसाब से आपके पास क्या चीजें हैं। because if you will not write the career goal, then आप बस लिखते जाओगे, then you will not able to align, you will not able to match it। okay, so I hope everyone is ready, so I'll keep the timer। okay, so you have 1 minute, please do sincerely this work, just because I'm not able to see you। okay, but if you do it, the more you will do, the more you will learn। okay, and I'm hoping that you all fall under one category, 1%, and 100% you will get direction once you will do it कि अच्छा अभी मैं यहाँ पे हूँ, तो after completion of 1 year or 2 year, this is what I'm going to achieve। okay, so you have to be very fast, quick, because we have a time constraint as well। so it's like you have only 22-21 seconds, so it's do it fast, and then we'll proceed with the further topic। I hope you have done it, and if थोड़ा सा टाइम चाहिए, बाकी है, करना है, no worries। okay, you take your time, but complete this sheet। okay, and I will definitely ask to all my colleagues to please collect few assignment which will be assigned after completion of all these module, कि आप लोग उसको compulsory करके submit करें, because if you will not do it, again the things will be just on the mind, and थोड़े दिन के बाद तो उस पर धूल लगेगी, पता भी नहीं चलेगा कहाँ गया। okay, great, so well done, I'm proud of you all। और second is, चलो मुझे एक मेरा सेल्फ असेसमेंट तो पता चल गया कि मेरा क्या है, मेरे पास मेरी क्वालिटी क्या है, एजुकेशन क्या है, मेरे को चाहिए क्या, मेरे स्किल्स क्या है, ठीक है। अब ये एम्प्लॉयमेंट जो एवेन्यूज हैं वो कैसे आइडेंटिफाई किया जाए, कैसे ढूंढा जाए, कहाँ से हमें जॉब मिलेंगे, कहाँ से हमें अपॉर्चुनिटीज मिलेगी, कैसे फाइंड आउट किया जाएगा। ओके, सो दीज आर द वेरियस प्लेटफॉर्म, वेरियस ऑप्शंस कि जहाँ पे आप लोग अपनी जॉब के लिए you can find out। okay, let's understand, the first is directed employment, that is government of NCT of Delhi। ये इसलिए लिखा है because जैसे गर्गी का जो मैंने एग्जांपल दिया, तो उसको तो जॉब चाहिए, तो she can look into this platform as well। दूसरा है डायरेक्टर ऑफ एम्प्लॉयमेंट एंड ट्रेनिंग। नाउ लेट मी अंडरस्टैंड यू कि हमारे गुजरात में देयर इज एम्प्लॉयमेंट gujarat.government.in। once you will go into this website, you will get number of opportunities, only you have to find out ki which matches your your need। okay, second is that is newspaper। now when I say newspaper, न्यूज़पेपर में देयर इज अ एम्प्लॉयमेंट न्यूज़, ओके, जो कि नॉर्मली देयर इज देयर इज अ पब्लिकेशन रिगार्डिंग नेशनल एंड लोकल लाइक डेलीज के लिए, कि लोकल अगर आपको कोई भी जॉब है तो नॉर्मली कोई कुछ लोकल न्यूज़पेपर होते हैं जो पब्लिकली वीकली सॉरी पब्लिश होते हैं, जिसमें नॉर्मली दे प्रोवाइड सच टाइप ऑफ जॉब वैकेंसी विद इन दैट लोकल लिमिट्स, ओके। सेम मैनर द एम्प्लॉयमेंट न्यूज का काम क्या है? द एम्प्लॉयमेंट न्यूज इज अ वीकली न्यूज़पेपर which is published by Ministry of Information Broadcasting government, and then they are actually guiding that what are the job vacancies which are available at the central, it is on the state government as well as the public and different sectors. So what happened कि आप जैसे ही उसके अंदर देखोगे तो automatically you will identify अच्छा okay, I remember when I was studying, so there is a Ascent Times of India में जिसमें there is a always Thursday को आता है, जिसमें हमेशा there is a publish दिया जाता है कि what are the local men or national or you will identify that, okay. Third is job portals. Now there are a few job portals. जैसे naukri.com is one of the very famous, okay. Then in indeed.com, then we have a shine.com, monster, and very important, there is a one site job portal that offers job for her connect to women job. Now this is only the job is offered for the female, okay. Now normally क्या है कि ये सारी चीजों में they actually give you कि what are the vacancies which are there, and maybe corporate, maybe other way. Same manner if you give you example कि like मतलब you can find out and update, and साथ में there is a like recruitment and placement agencies. Now these are the few which I mentioned normally, but otherwise you can always see into कि भाई और क्या क्या लोकल में क्या क्या चीजें हैं, जैसे अभी मुक्ता दे हैव डन अगेन लार्ज नंबर पे उन्होंने किया था, ओके, that is mega job fair in Vadodara in 2021, okay, and so number of areas and number of opportunity which is available and offered, so automatically जिसको जो करना है उसमें कर सकता है। वैसे ही there is a अभिमुक्ता, then Michael Page, Vora Alliance Recruitment Agency, etc. Now, job offers, fairs हो गए, recruitment agencies हो गई. Now we have organization websites. Now specifically आपको कोई organization है जो offer करे, for example अगर judiciary का आ रहा है तो you will get it from the High Court of Gujarat website. Same manner government of Gujarat, then we have a HDFC, LIC, etc. So normally when you want a particular focus कि भाई ये organization में जाना है तो you can always access their website and you can get it. Same manner we have a social media, we have a social network, so you can actually identify through such options and such variations कि law octopus पे क्या है, social networking में क्या है, ठीक है. So you get actual number of option once it comes to employment, because अगर मुझे यही नहीं पता कि मुझे कहाँ से ढूंढना है तो मैं apply कैसे करूँगी. So it's like that, okay. So for this purpose you need to understand that these are the number like employment avenues through which we can actually try to find out the jobs. Now जब भी आप कोई भी job description का ढूंढ रहे हो, सोच रहे हो, तो you have to point out, you have to write it number of things. Now what are those things you have to write and put it in your diary, that पहले तो कौन सी कंपनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है जिसमें मैं जॉब ढूंढना चाहती हूँ या चाहती हूँ मैं, राइट. वहाँ पे जॉब टाइटल और रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, लाइक व्हाट इज द डेजिग्नेशन. नॉर्मली फॉर एग्जांपल इफ आई टॉक अबाउट एकेडमिक, ओके, सो एकेडमिक में नॉर्मली वी फर्स्ट स्टार्ट विद द, अगर इफ आई एम नॉट क्वालिफाइड, अध्यापक सहायक, ओके, इफ आई एम क्वालिफाइड देन असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर. What will be my responsibility is major portion is teaching, teaching in terms of the what are the subject has been assigned. There will be other administrative work will be given to me, okay, mentoring the student, counseling the student, number of extracurricular activity has to be done. So number of assignment we need to understand as per the job, okay. Third कि वो job permanent है, fixed है, temporary है, कि for particular period of time is there. Like there is another option, like you have heard about daily wages, right? You have heard about the part-time job is there, okay. You have heard about कि there is contractual, like 11 महीने का contract का है, ठीक है. It can be permanent, that is on regular basis. So you have to find out the nature of job. सेकेंड कि there's a fixed term of contract, then what is the duration of contract? ठीक है, जैसे when I was working in MS University as a academician, their contract was for 11 months. 11 months जैसे ही पूरा हो गया, then entirely the whole process will begin. Okay, same manner minimum educational qualification. Now when we say minimum educational qualification, कि उसके लिए minimum education qualification क्या होनी चाहिए और क्या मेरे पास अभी मैं क्या stand कर रहा हूँ या कर रही हूँ. Okay, what is your work experience, and again the job location, and lastly the contact details to whom I need to approach. कैसे मुझे अप्रोच करना है, कैसे मुझे उनको देना है, कैसे मैं. तो नॉर्मली इफ समटाइम इट हैपेंस कि कुछ एडवर्टाइजमेंट निकलती है तो दे विल टेल यू कि यू हैव टू अप्लाई थ्रू this format, this link, this website, this mail. Okay, so you need to get all these points and it has to be there in. When this process was going on, गर्गी को एक बार एक कॉल आया. एंड व्हेन आई एम सेइंग कॉल, वो कॉल कैसा था कि उसको फोन आया और बोला दैट बिकॉज शी वाज लुकिंग फॉर गैदरिंग इंफॉर्मेशन कि मुझे दिल्ली में हॉस्पिटल में रिसेप्शनिस्ट की जॉब चाहिए. एंड जब मुझे जॉब चाहिए, देन शी गॉट द इंफॉर्मेशन कि इफ यू वांट अ सिमिलर जॉब, देन you have to pay 1000 rupees and you will get all details description through email. Now in this case, अगर आपके पास ऐसा कॉल आए तो आप क्या करोगे? What you will do? What you people will do if you will receive such call for any of the job? Anyone? I hope anyone can unmute themselves.
Ma'am, firstly, we will try to find that call is fake or not.
Yes, very true. We have to be very careful. ये नहीं है कि हमें जॉब चाहिए तो कुछ भी इंफॉर्मेशन मिले तो बस we have to rely. No, we have to find out the authenticity. We have to find out the reliable source. And जब हमें, क्योंकि normally क्या होता है, there will be fraudulent calls or emails which offer you job. कितने बार कुछ लोग बोलेंगे you have to give the account details and then automatically you will get the job. And पता चला आपके पैसे निकल गए. Okay, so number of frauds are also happening. Okay, so in this case she because we have to be very careful because हमारे मोबाइल में we have like everything is like online transaction and everything. Cases. Okay, so it's very important whenever we are looking for job portals, job avenues, we need to understand कि किसी का भी call आया तो we don't have to trust. We have to understand, realize the information, and then we have to take the step. But normally there is no such process at present that says कि आप 1000 रुपए दो आपको information मिलेगी and then you have to do it. Okay. Now these are the 4 levels. Whenever you want to match your career opportunities and individual profile, you must understand कि भाई उसको कैसे किया जाएगा, किस तरह से उसको मैच किया जाएगा. तो 4 लेवल्स पे होता है. पहला, आपकी एजुकेशन क्वालिफिकेशन क्या है. दूसरा, एजुकेशन क्वालिफिकेशन के साथ साथ एक्सपीरियंस क्या है आपका. तीसरा, एजुकेशन क्वालिफिकेशन एक्सपीरियंस एंड स्किल्स क्या है. एंड चौथा, जो चारों चीजें बोला हमने, that is education qualification, experience, skill and interest. Now when we say that, for example, let me understand you कि अगर आपको क्या बोलते हैं लॉयर बनना है या लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड जज बनना है. ओके, नाउ और अदरवाइज डिस्ट्रिक्ट कोर्ट जज बनना है, तो ऑफ कोर्स पहले तो आप देखोगे कि पहले मेरी एजुकेशन क्वालिफिकेशन है. डिस्ट्रिक्ट जज बनना है तो उसकी एक्सपीरियंस है. तीसरा लेवल आएगा तो उसके लिए मेरी प्रैक्टिस है, मेरा एक्सपीरियंस है, उसके लिए स्किल्स है, राइट. एंड चौथा कि रियली दैट फैसिनेट मी और नॉट. सो ये 4 पैरामीटर को ध्यान में रखकर ही आपको करना है. And then only you can prepare, you can maintain, you can diary and register कि for this job I am actually eligible and I can go for it. Okay. Now जब हमने गर्गी का बात की, जो she was looking for the reception job, okay, तो उसने क्या किया कि भाई पहले लेवल पे career opportunities क्या मिलेगी as when she is just basic graduate, तो उसको कस्टमर सर्विस एग्जीक्यूटिव मिलेगा या टेली कॉलर मिलेगा या इंश्योरेंस का. ठीक है. सेकंड इज एग्जीक्यूटिव लेवल पे इसको मिलेगा. थर्ड विल बी शी विल बी सेल्स रिप्रेजेंटेटिव, मतलब हर एक का लेवल एक ऊपर जाएगा बिकॉज ऑफ योर एक्सपीरियंस, बिकॉज ऑफ योर स्किल्स, बिकॉज ऑफ योर इंटरेस्ट. ठीक है. एंड लास्ट यू कैन सी that she can be getting the opportunity as a front office executive in a hospital, या hotel, या business or firm. So this is how you have to level up your career opportunities. So whatever career goal you have, try to write it. Level 1, this thing I required as education qualification. Level 2, I need to get qualification and experience. Level 3, I required skills at addition to that. And lastly, I need to get a interest. Okay. So what we have to do, we have to gather the information that whatever we have identified the career. Okay. Like you have number of opportunity, whether the corporate lawyer, whether the district court judge, whether the high court judge, whether the advisor of the government, whether the lawyer, whether the academician. Okay. Or whether the court clerk. So or you are assisting as officer to the judges. So number of opportunities are there. So what you have to identify in four important aspects. कि भाई मैं अगर इस लीगल फील्ड में हूँ एज अ जज, व्हाट इज माय प्रेजेंट सिचुएशन स्टेटस, फ्यूचर इसका क्या होगा, जो लेवल 1, लेवल 2, लेवल 3, लेवल 4, उसके हिसाब से मेरी सैलरी क्या बढ़ेगी, कैसे बढ़ेगी. तीसरा कि उसका करियर प्रोस्पेक्ट और क्या क्या है जो हमने इसमें डिसाइड किया. दैट कि फोर्थ लेवल पे यू कैन सी कि गर्गी किस लेवल पे पहुंच रही है. शी इज रीचिंग एट फ्रंट ऑफिस एग्जीक्यूटिव इन अ हॉस्पिटल या होटल या बिजनेस फॉर्म. एंड लास्टली, for acquiring these skills, that is differentiating the quality, you require number of training. And there is one quote which says that कि best investment अगर कोई कर सकता है तो वो investment होता है अपने आप पे, अपनी learning पे. So please do that training from time to time, because it's very important. Like I'll share you the story. There was a wood carpenter, and he was like getting the job from the businessman. And उन्होंने कहा ठीक है मैं आपको देता हूँ, आपको इस जंगल में लकड़ियां काटनी है. He said okay. One day he cut almost 100 trees, and he was very happy. He convey the owner, he was also very happy that yes, you did a great job. Second day again he did very well, and उस दिन थोड़ा 90 पेड़ काटे उसने. Then he is very happy. But what happened slowly steadily, that जो पेड़ जो रोज वो काट रहा था उसकी जो मतलब क्वांटिटी है वो कम हो रही थी. One day he got disappointed. He very much disappointed. He said कि मतलब मैं इतनी एफर्ट डाल रहा हूँ बट अब तो मैं सिर्फ 30-40 भी काट नहीं पा रहा हूँ. So he went disappointedly with the owner that I really need your guidance. What should I do? मैं नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ. He asked the question that when you have sharpened your axe. He said, वो तो जब मैंने स्टार्ट किया था तब. तो he said, there you need to work, there you need to put attention, there you need to work hard. So friends, it's very important. हम ऐसे सोचते हैं, I always tell my friends that I'm a learner. I'm not expert at present for anything, because for getting expertise it is a constant effort. It is a constant effort what we are putting to achieve that higher goals. So it's very important that put investment, put time, put such money to train yourself for that attaining that particular skills. So now when it comes to we have identified कि भाई जज बनना है तो उसकी से पे स्केल मतलब पे स्केल क्या है, हायर से लोअर से कितना स्टार्ट होता है, हायर तक क्या जाएगा, क्या गवर्नमेंट बेनिफिट्स मिलते हैं. तो वंस यू आइडेंटिफाई एनी करियर, यू नो कि व्हाट आर द सैलरी, करियर प्रोस्पेक्ट्स, उसके लिए ट्रेनिंग क्या चाहिए, क्या बेनिफिट्स मिलते हैं, एवरीथिंग. बट यू नीड टू फिक्स द गोल. एंड व्हेन आई से फिक्स द गोल, यू मस्ट आइडेंटिफाई कि किस डायरेक्शन में आपको जाना है. पता चला आप इधर भी जा रहे हो, उधर भी जा रहे हो, उधर भी जा रहे हो, बट यू आर नॉट नोइंग कि वेयर यू वांट टू गो. इट्स लाइक यू आर गेटिंग द टिकट बट यू आर नॉट रीचिंग. टिकट वाला भी तभी देगा जब आप बताओगे कि किस स्टेशन पे जाना है, आपको कहाँ जाना है. ओके. सो प्लीज आइडेंटिफाई दैट व्हाट इज योर fixed goal, fixed career goal. Okay, you have to identify one or two career opportunities. You have to fix that this is what I want. Third, you have to understand what are the skills I require. And once you acquire new skills, parallelly you have to polish the existing skills. जैसे मैंने आपको बताया वो X को अगर आप शार्प नहीं करोगे तो you will be not be updated, you will not be smart enough to achieve. Because for example, let's talk about COVID. Now no one knowing everything, the education will be put on the platform. Now everyone, they are opening with the job vacancies, they ask you whether you are good in computers, whether you are good in technology, whether good in communication. अगर आप है तो आपको ये जॉब बेसिक चीजें आती रिक्वायरमेंट है. So please fixing the career goal, then only it will help you to attain. So this is what we have completed the first topic. That is the first topic which talks about, that is the what you need to do if you want to identify career opportunities. You have to fix the goal, you have to do the self assessment, and then you have to identify कि उसमें दो तीन career opportunities क्या हैं, मुझे क्या करना है. Because it's very important कि सिर्फ सक्सेस ऐसे नहीं मिलती. तो सक्सेस के लिए you need to put effort, and that's why I started that it's not about knowing the knowledge, it's about executing, it's about actions. Okay, so I hope the first topic is clear to everyone, because Girja has identified her career opportunities. I hope you people also have at least clarity about your career opportunities, what you actually want. Coming to the second topic is very, very important. Now, what is a resume skills? Now, when we talk about resume skills is a document which provides an overview of the job. Like, if you are applicant, you are applying for any profession, what is your qualification, what is your expertise, what is your personal detail, what is your information, what is your education qualification, what experience you have did in particular field, and most important, that is your notable achievements. So it is a formal document which provides all these informations. So it actually help, because for example, अगर मैं, कितने बार आपने देखा होगा कि कुछ जगह पे आपको रिज्यूमे देना पड़ता है, बट कुछ जगह पे स्टैंडर्ड फॉर्मेट्स आते हैं, दे आस्क यू इन दैट पर्टिकुलर फॉर्मेट. सो इफ यू आर गोइंग फॉर जुडिशियरी, दे विल गिव यू कि भाई ये फॉर्मेट में इंफॉर्मेशन डालो. Okay, because that is a scrutiny, there's a recruitment. But when it comes to you are offering that formal document, when any private organization they are asking for resume, then you need to put it all these details in that particular document. That formal document is known as resume. Now normally it is sent by applicant, okay, for job application to a particular or potential employer, so that कि मेरे बारे में मैं eligible हूँ इस job post के लिए, और not only eligible but I am a perfect candidate for this post. Okay, but it has to be submitted with a covering letter. I'll explain you what is covering letter. Third is कि resume and cover letters are candidates, it is a marketing tools. I use the word marketing tools. Like, if you have heard about advertisement of a number of products in the market, तो you have seen कि भाई देखो इसकी ये क्वालिटी है, ये इसके अंदर फीचर्स है, how it is best for you, and why you should buy it. So when it comes to resume and cover letter, is a candidate's marketing tools which impress a potential employer and secure an interview. Because वो सबसे पहला स्टेज है कि आप इम्प्रेस कर रहे हैं, तभी आगे प्रोसेस होगा कि आपको एम्प्लॉयर जो है वो बुलाएगा, तभी आपको जॉब ऑफर मिलेगा. ओके, एंड लास्टली कि it is a marketing brochure and covering letter which helps the highlights कि भाई आपके अंदर क्या है, क्या चीजें की हैं, क्या एक्सपीरियंस है, एवरीथिंग. सो व्हेन इट कम्स टू द समराइजेशन, क्या क्या चीजें होती हैं उसमें, एजुकेशन क्वालिफिकेशन, highlights of skills and experience. Skills क्या क्या चीजें हैं, जैसे आई एम गुड इन कंप्यूटर, आई एम गुड रिसर्चर. ओके, what is experience, that I've done PhD, I've pursued my PhD, that is my education qualification. But if we talk about experience, I did my this much of experience in MS University, then SP University, in that particular field. Now what is my highlights of objective and accomplishments is very important. Every human being, अगर मैं आपको 50 वैल्यू की लिस्ट दूंगी, everyone is working on that, different values. Now it's very important कि मेरे लाइफ के ऑब्जेक्टिव्स, मेरा विजन मिशन क्या है, and what actually I have achieved it and what I want to achieve. Okay, so we have to reflect not just through work experience, but what we have actually given in the contribution. For example, let me give you my example. That Distinguished Service Award. Why? Because I have literally contributed, despite that work was not mine, but it is something. The contribution was that I have developed, I have opened with the new institution without any assistance. So that is what I have given with that, quality, with that work which talks about my, like, potential. So आपको वो सारी चीजें उसमें बतानी होती हैं, जिससे कि स्क्रीनिंग, जैसे आप लोग रेलवे स्टेशन पे जाते हो तो यू गेट स्क्रीनिंग, ओके. सो स्क्रीनिंग से तुरंत ही यू विल गेट इट कि हाँ भाई ये सब चीजें हैं, ओके. सो रिज्यूम एक्चुअली हेल्प्स द एम्प्लॉयर to screen and scan everything pertaining to these aspects. Now, what is the purpose of resume? I think I will not go in much detail. कि of course उसका positive एक picture, एक picture clear करता है कि exactly वो person के बारे में, ठीक है. Second कि उसका उसको interview में बुलाया जाए कि नहीं, ठीक है, because that is what it help. तीसरा है कि उससे क्या पूछना है, ठीक है, क्या चीजें जानना है जो मेरे जॉब रिक्वायरमेंट के हिसाब से मुझे हेल्प करेगा. एंड लास्टली दैट इट इन्फ्लुएंस अदर्स हु आर अप्रूविंग फॉर हायरिंग. सो जो हायर करना चाहता है वो उसको इन्फ्लुएंस कर रहा है, तो उससे क्या है, ऑटोमेटिकली आपकी जो स्क्रीनिंग है, आपको जो लेना है, वो आपका जो रिज्यूम है वो है ना, स्क्रीनिंग होके एटलीस्ट सिलेक्शन तो होगा पहले प्रोसेस के लिए. पता चला पहले ही कि नहीं यार, ही इज नॉट what we are looking for, the the things, the quality, the experience, the skills he doesn't have, okay. So it's very important कि ये सारी चीजें इससे इम्पैक्ट पड़ती हैं, जिससे पता चलता है कि ओके दिस इज व्हाट इज क्या बोलते हैं, what exactly it is, okay. Now coming to what is the difference between resume and curriculum, that is CV, okay. So when it talks about resume and curriculum, that is CV, so it says that the resume may be of 1 page, max 2 page, but normally CV has 2+ pages length, okay. Coming to the second point, that resume is based normally in business, non-profit organization, and other types of job research. But CV normally is helpful for academic, research job oriented job mein it is more helpful, okay. So it is more of educational and that is professional history which helps you to understand. Third is resume is not all embarrassing, means it is actually targeted to a particular job. मतलब उसमें सारी information नहीं होती. For example, if I want to give a legal consultant, okay, if I'm a legal consultant, तो मुझे उसमें सिर्फ उतना ही देना है कि भाई मेरी क्या स्किल्स हैं, मेरी क्या प्रोफेशनल सर्टिफिकेशन एक्सपीरियंस क्या है, और मैं क्या सर्विसेज दे रही हूँ. दैट्स इट. आई डोंट नीड टू गिव ऑल इन्फॉर्मेशन, भाई मैंने एकेडमिक में पढ़ाया, मैंने इधर पढ़ाया, मैंने उधर पढ़ाया. नो नीड, ओके. सो वी नीड टू फोकस ऑन रिज्यूमे दैट दिस इज व्हाट द स्पेसिफिक जॉब आई एम लुकिंग फॉर, एंड उसकी डिटेल्स जितनी तब से शुरू किया जर्नी लाइफ का, तब से मतलब करियर का, तब से यू विल ऐड एवरीथिंग, okay. So this is normally very very important that you need to put a resume or CV depending upon the job specification or requirement. So what are the essential steps to make a good resume? Now very important, the first is कोई भी resume जब बनाते हैं तो उसमें पहली चीज होती है objective personal statement, क्योंकि वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि what is your attitude or aptitude, what you're looking for, and what actually the life mantra which you actually work on that. For example, if you have heard about mine that will must be stronger than skills. स्किल मुझे कितना भी कोई सिखा दे, लेकिन मेरी आंतरिक इच्छा ही नहीं है, मेरे अंदर विल ही नहीं है करने का, तो नो वन कैन कंपेल मी. सो द फर्स्ट थिंग व्हिच कम्स इज योर डिजायर, इज योर विल. So that is what my objective personal statement is. So I will put it in that, okay. Personal details. What is the personal details? Personal details क्या है कि जो आपकी पूरी information, like आपका नाम, उसके बाद आपका क्या बोलते हैं, your address, your contact number, your email ID. But email ID जो हम देते हैं resume में, give it नॉट ऑफ वर्क जहाँ पे आप काम कर रहे हो, योर पर्सनल। एंड ईमेल एड्रेस जो है वो प्रोफेशनल होना चाहिए, ऐसे कुछ भी नहीं वो पढ़ के बोलेगी व्हाट इज दिस, ओके। एंड गिव अ फंक्शनल, दैट इज मोबाइल नंबर। पता चला मोबाइल बंद हो गया है, हम और वो कभी चलता है कभी नहीं चलता, कभी नेटवर्क का प्रॉब्लम है, so give which has a working functioning, as well as which person details do not include on resume.